I didn't even see the name pop up in. Wow, that was quick. My,
Ooh, my boo.
I remember when we were younger.
Younger, you were mine. My
Mm-hmm.
boo.
Even
And we
though
used to do what?
we argue about pro
About pro
life.
life.
My
Yo, they sick of
boo.
us. Oh, they sick of us. Yo, I thought Warlock was gonna come up here.
Be listening, boy. I mean, gonna get stored up down there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Ah, and then we can boogie.
What do you want with?
What do you want
I
with
want to
it?
squabble. Squabble up.
Squabble up,
Squabble
squabble up,
up.
bubble up, squabble
Let me
up.
go finish. Let me go finish this masculine job of fixing this fence.
Hey, get that masculine energy on. Right back. Oh, hey, it's gonna need your hands
I'll be back.
real
I'll
soon.
be back when it gets wild in here.
Make sure I need them soft hands to stay soft, man.
I know, baby. I protect them. I lotioned up about 3 times today.
There you go, babe. There you go. That's what
All right. You should play some music or something.
hey,
Well,
look, you right. Two heads better than one, baby. Shoe bop bitty the boots. I'm gonna do the other. Let's get these tabs going, y'all. Let's get the tabs going. Let's get these shares going as we get the Laugh I Learn song going on. Get these shares, these taps, these likes, they will be off in 2 hours for sure. I gave everybody a chance to come early, bro, but the Sloggers drop
Yo,
so 8 o'clock is the
what you want to
ending.
squabble for?
We about to squabble with this.
hey, hey, hey,
Get the tabs going. Get the
hey,
shares going.
hey!
Get
Squabble
the
them
tabs
fingers.
going. Get the
Squabble
tabs
them
going.
fingers to hit that like.
Backwards.
Get some shares going. And them tabs going. Shares going. Get them tabs going.
Matter of fact,
Wait, turn it
no,
down a
they
little
out
bit.
there. Never mind, go ahead.
What?
No, I said turn it down a little bit.
Do it back here though. Let's do it back here then. Hold up. Get some shares going.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, yeah, just go around, go behind the net if they coming back this way.
Hey, tap the live so we can get started. Yo, I'm sorry, but that puppet is cute. Hey, make sure that puppet is tapping his little puppet fingers. Tap the live.
Yeah, get them Muppet fingers tapping. No one do that.
Y'all better make this worth my while of coming up here while I'm at the daggone field.
You see the comments? I mean the questions, Warlock. It's a good conversation.
No, it's not, because I put an end to it all real quick. I answer the question that's at hand, and that's it. I don't add or subtract or nothing. Everybody else
Hey,
want to add their own little thing
get us to
into it. That's
1K.
what
Get
make
us
the
to
conversations
1K.
go long. By the way, go ahead.
Let's go, y'all. Tap the live. Tap the live. Come on, get us to.
I want you to really pay attention to the ones that want to act like they want to have a conversation, but they spend most of
Yo,
their
what's
time
up, Mirror?
themselves. That's not how a conversation works.
What up? What up? What up?
Yo, thanks for
What's
coming
good?
up. Hey, y'all, tap
Thanks
the
for
live
having
so
me.
we can get started. Of course,
Get
of
it.
course.
All right. All right. My boy Mary in the building. Warlock. We got a Muppet in the building. And who's Persalaster? What's up? Welcome. Let's talk about. I see you lovely down there. Lovely down there in the building.
Hey, lovely.
I got them shares go. What the heck? I didn't. That's only at a. Hey, I would have thought it'd been a little bit past 1,000. Boy, ain't nobody tapping for real. I'm
Oh
about to
no,
start.
just
Watch what
me,
I'm gonna.
just me. I don't
I
know
see. I'm gonna
where
start
you at.
bullying some people. If I don't see no tap, I'm gonna start. If you under 1,000 after a couple minutes, dog, I'm about to be bolting that junk.
Oh
Keep it
dang.
rolling.
Okay.
Keep
Okay.
it
I see y'all.
rolling,
I see y'all
Carlita,
tapping. It's
man.
starting to go up. Okay.
There we go. We could have been at 5K a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? A little Muppet fingers and kicked his own self out. Okay, I see. All right. We at 5K yet? No. Still no. We got this, y'all. We got this. I believe in you. Don't flop this. I think those lights are cute. Don't listen to them, man. Say 7,000 likes sizzling in a saucepan. You got this. I believe in you. I ain't give you something to eat. I'm hungry though.
Okay. Okay. Keep liking. Keep liking.
Like, live your likes. Yeah. Live your likes. We can start at 3K. There's only a few of us. They call it a like, but it's a heart. Call it loves. Nah, we ain't about to give credit. Nah, we keep that at fan base. It's called love over there. We ain't gonna take away the black stuff. That's what they call it.
Hey, come on, let's make it quick. What the hell y'all want me for?
Hey, we want you for. We want you. To understand. We gonna start off with the first one. Good looks, Shudder.
Oh snap,
Oh
Shutter.
dang, I got
Oh,
hold.
that was so pretty.
I thought I remember that happened before.
Thank you, Shutter. You said what, babe?
Nah. I was about to say, what is it? What? Oh, we gonna start out with what are other the difficult one because we keep getting stuck on that first one. We just haven't got that. What are other races saying about us that's not true? We started off Warlock. Since you did that laugh.
What are they saying about us that's not true? All depends on what pocket you see.
You sound muffled a little bit, I think.
Okay, is this any better?
There you go.
All right. I said it all depends on what pockets they see. As they say, what's the saying? Black folk are not a monolith. You're right. But we speak on what we see. So if you see a whole bunch of people that are doing well, the problem is that you don't see enough of them. For every 1 or 5 that you see doing well, you're seeing 20 or 50 that's being some fuck ups. So does the bad people always overshadow the good ones? Yes. So what is usually said about us is negative shit. But I'm not saying that is the majority, but it's enough of them for them to come to that conclusion. So what are they saying that's not true about us? Right off the top of my head, I really can't say.
It's hard.
I really can't say anything, honestly, because just like you said, you have a wide variety of people, but the people that's being pointed out are usually the loudest, and that's the ones you see. So how can you say what they're saying is false? That's the problem that I see. And I'm talking about not me. Okay, maybe not. It may not be you and your 10 friends, but you look at the rest of your city, they're a bunch of fuck-ups. So how can you say what they're saying is false overall? It may not be about you, but overall, yeah, I can see why we have the reputation that we have.
Good afternoon.
What up?
So
Hello.
I'll end it with that. I'll let everybody else go because I got a feeling I'm gonna have some smoke on whatever I do here.
Nah, brother, bring that shit. Come on. I ain't get to hear what you said. All right, let me see then. What are the racists saying about us is not true. What's black people want we use it to be better.
I have something to say about what
Please go
other
ahead, man.
race is saying about us that's not true after you, Lou Wink, Twain.
Yeah, hold up. Now you was next
No,
anyway.
go ahead, man, please.
Yeah, so we gonna get.
I'm sorry.
That's all you.
Okay. I think we are the chosen people, and I think they disagree.
Who's they?
Others that's not chosen, other
Do
races
you,
that's not
hey
black.
brother, do you mind muting up so that she can finish
Oh
her thought
yeah, yeah.
without
Say
being
less, bro. I didn't know
interrupted?
you had your cape on. My fault. I was
It's,
asking a question.
it's not a cape. I'm a
Yeah,
mod.
no, it's a
Do
cape.
you
I was
mind
asking a
modding? Do
question.
you mind
Nah,
modding
you
up?
got it. Shh.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, I'll be patient and wait because it's a little frustration. I could depict it, but it's okay. If you don't identify as black, African, or those that are descendants from slaves, those are who I'm talking about.
I do.
You identify as black?
Should I not?
I'm asking you a question. I'm not disagreeing or not. I'm asking you yes or no. Do you identify as black?
I do until someone told me I ain't.
Well, no one can't tell you that, baby. You
Not
gotta
yet.
know.
I know.
Okay, then.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
I'm not talking to you.
There we go.
Period.
But please do continue. No more
What I'm
interruptions.
saying that if you, Mr. Chosen One, because you are black, others are saying that you're not. That's what I'm saying. The question is, what are other races saying about us that's not true? We are the chosen people. Someone may disagree with that if you're not black. That's all I have to say.
We got chosen to what? To suffer?
I was just about to say. I was
Kill
about
each
to answer
other?
that question. Like, what are we chosen for? Then
We are the first persons on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
earth.
And what we do. I'm tired of hearing all
Period.
these platitudes when
I
people love to tell
mean,
themselves shit to make themselves feel better about where niggas is at. What we really need to do is lock in. And that's really all it comes down to.
exactly.
Yeah, it's
You
not about we
you
was the
get it.
first, we invented everything, the original man, all that. Motherfuckers was
Walk in your
Egyptians, now it's Native
value.
Americans, now it's
Walk in your
goddamn.
value.
You
That's
feel
all
me?
I'm saying.
Well,
Walk
my
in your
shit is, all right,
value.
cool. Motherfuckers could be the original Egyptians, the real Hebrews, the real everything, but all
Well,
right, what
walk in
about
your
now? What
value.
about now? What we doing now?
Are
Fuck.
you
hey,
doing
hey, you
something?
said walk in your value, right? So if we do that, right? I like that you said that though. So that means we shouldn't be wearing makeup, right? We shouldn't be dude shouldn't be having to be. I guess I'm trying to think what dudes do. What do they do? They be wearing
Flexing,
Sagging pants.
sagging, yeah,
flexing,
all that stuff like sagging
flexing.
pants and all
The
that other stuff.
materialism.
I
The
don't discredit
materialism that
Or
corrupts
wearing
anyone.
our
jewelry and all that stuff.
I
the
don't discredit
materialism that
anyone
corrupts
who
us.
want to be who they are.
The
We
satanic materialism that corrupts us and that
So
we've fallen for.
we are not the judge of
look,
anyone.
bro. I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to see. So, would you agree with that? If we walk in our, you said walk in our,
You can only walk in your value.
yeah.
You
What
can't
that?
account for anyone else.
Yeah. What do that
Only
mean
you.
though? What do that mean?
That means be content with being satisfied for what you have and walk in it.
Oh, okay. I got you. Then I mean, anybody
Period.
can do that. Then I mean, anybody can do that.
I mean, at the
Chosen
end
or
of
not,
the
they can do
day,
that.
anybody can.
All right. So, what make that so special about the chosen ones? Though I'm trying to see what make a.
I mean, you're saying what other races,
Huh?
what are other races saying about us that's not
Oh,
true?
I got you though. I was just trying to ask what makes it true though. That's what I was trying to see what makes. So yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
other
I mean,
races.
I'm just answering the questions.
Fuck other
I'm not
races.
I'm not getting deep into it. I'm answering your question.
I got you. So I was about to
Okay.
say, usually when I ask, usually when people say stuff, they usually can. It kind of explain it though, so everybody can be aware of it, because some people might not know.
Oh,
So I
okay.
got you
I
there.
apologize for that. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
I did not understand that. I apologize.
That's cool.
I'll keep going if you want.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So you said,
Okay.
yeah, it's cool.
Our community be doing the same shit bitches do, not taking accountability and then wondering why shit go wrong. And then blaming everything else but ourselves.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's the philosophy, that's the zeitgeist of the community. You feel me? And I don't know whether it's because of the destruction of the family unit as it was planned. You feel me? But that's what it is. You don't catch Jews blaming everyone else. When they blame everyone else for the bad shit that happens to them, even they don't believe it. It's a tactic. It's a strategy. But they're smart enough to not believe it. They're smart enough to still believe that they're the best. We sabotage ourselves because we fall victim to the victimhood, to the philosophy of victimhood. There's only this one way. There's only that way. It's the bigotry of low expectations.
We have taught differently.
Y'all
We
let
have
that rock
different
down there.
understanding.
They keeping it active down there, so don't do nothing, y'all. Y'all can go ahead. I'm talking mods.
I'm tired of people saying, yeah, we was the real Native Americans, we was the real Indians, we was the real Egyptians, we was the real Israelis. Bro, even if all that is true, what's it doing right now? What's it doing? What's it doing? Nothing. It's doing nothing.
What are you doing?
Me?
Yes.
Nothing.
Well, you are part of
But
the issue.
absolutely, but I'm honest.
That's good.
You
But
feel me? I don't lie to
change.
myself.
Work on it.
I know if I'm doing bad, it's because of me.
And
Now,
walk in your value,
now
though.
here's
Do
the thing.
better.
There could be a million other factors, but at the end of the day, as a man, I don't have the right to blame anything but myself.
I
As a
concur.
man, I don't have that luxury. And I shouldn't have that luxury. As a man, if anyone in this room wanted $1 billion more than they wanted to live, they'd have it. But people convince themselves that they want something when that's really not the case. They convince themselves that they want something, and then they get disappointed they don't have it. No, we got to be real with ourselves. We got to keep it funky. So when you ask me, and that's a wonderful question, you feel me? And I'm glad you asked me that. Because if not, I would have just sat here looking like a goofy, those motherfuckers that pull up preaching as if they got any shit going on. My floor on the mattress right now.
You
All
want to
right?
do better. I
My
hear it.
mattress on the floor right
You
now. I can't
want
even talk to you.
more. You want more. Figure it out. Figure
No,
it out.
no, I'm not. But I'm not saying that on no pity shit. You feel me?
But what
It's
you
on the
love,
it's on the
what you
floor because
love
it's on the
to
floor.
do,
But that's me. That's not anybody else keeping me down here.
what
Because
you
no
love to
one,
do.
because no one can hold us down. You feel me? When you take that power away from yourself, when you say, "Yo, is this reason I don't got that? Is that boom boom boom?" Then you become a slave. You sell your power away from yourself as to why you don't got it. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, "I'm not a billionaire because I don't want it bad enough," then you're telling yourself, "Damn, if I did want it
Leave
bad
me
enough,
out
I
of
could
this.
have it." You feel me? If you look in the mirror and say, like, I'm not the skin tone to be a billionaire. I wasn't raised in the right way to be a billionaire. I don't have what it takes to be a billionaire. The cards was already laid out in front of me. I'd never do it. Then you sold yourself. You'll never accomplish it. If you look in the mirror and you say it's my own fault and nobody else's, then there's still that chance. There's still that little bit of gleam of hope. You feel me? So even if you deserve to be a victim, you can't be, because it never helps.
May I say something, please?
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I ranted for a minute.
Because you need the vent, and it's cool. And if anybody else want to talk, I would gladly yield the floor.
You got a beautiful voice, by the way.
Thank you.
Respect for real.
Thank you. I just want to say, please, no one measure yourself by money. Don't measure yourself by what makes you feel good and happy. What? Because at the end of the day, we are gonna die. Regardless of what you think or what believe or not believe, you're gonna stop living. You're gonna be unalived. And in between time, when you can make the best of your worst, okay? Like make the best of your mattress on the floor. If you happy,
Oh hell yeah!
you know what I'm saying? If
This
you
shit don't see
happy,
war.
then that's content and your satisfaction.
This
That's
shit got
peace.
stories to tell.
And I feel that we all should search for that peace, not money, because it's gonna come if you it's gonna come. It's
If you
destined
want it.
because our life is.
If you
Our
want,
life
no,
is
that's my thing.
destined.
I hope it ain't come off like I'm trying to like garner up a pity party or nothing because,
Just
like I
respect.
said, everything
All
is in my
respect.
hands.
All
Everything is my
respect.
hands. That's why I don't feel no shame or anything about saying keeping it funky. You feel me? It's all in my hands. It's all in all of our hands. We are the architects of our own reality.
All right, so let's get to the next one. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I get Mirror and Warlock in.
I got a question.
I mean, host,
Nah, we
gentlemen, what do
can't
y'all
do
think?
no
I
more
want to hear your
questions,
opinions on
man.
what I
Because
said, man.
I swear I've been stuck on this first one, and this is my third live today.
I want to hear y'all opinions on what I said, man. Give a young nigga some game.
No, I'm about to get to this topic.
Well, Warlock was about to say something.
Oh, I got
Oh
you.
no, he don't want to go down the rabbit hole. I'm gonna go down.
Hold up. All right, so like I said, we about to Mirror, you can go ahead, and then Warlock. I don't know if you answered it. You did answer, I think.
Answer what?
No, you already answered the first one. The race, what other race is saying about us?
Yeah, I just had a question, but go ahead, man. I had to go set my car because this motherfucker's about to die. Mira, you there?
What was the question? He said, yeah, we can, because I got to get through all these questions.
I don't know where the hell Mira at. Damn, somebody
Wait,
dropped the phone.
you only wanted to ask Mirror something?
Goddamn, now the other girl gone. No, we was trying to get Mira to answer the question, but he act like he don't want to come the fuck off mute.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
gifted himself and then got comfortable with that after that.
All right, so let me ask the question that I was gonna ask, but she's not here, right? Because when she first started talking, and she was saying live in your value, right? Remember she was saying that you need to live in your value?
Where'd she go?
Oh shit. You're an asshole, Mira. No, but when she first started talking, she said that. And you know what I was taken back to, the worth and the value thing. And I'm like, if you're gonna live in your value and your value is set by others, and if they think you ain't worth shit, are you gonna live in that? That was just my question. But we can move on if you choose.
That was a good question. I did want to ask her a few questions though.
I missed the question. Wait, I'm sorry. Can you say that question again? I'm so sorry.
I said when the other young lady was talking about living your value, that's what she started off with. And I said, since your value is basically set by others, and if they think you're a piece of shit, are you going to live in that value?
Ooh.
That's just the question I had. But she dropped before I could even get there.
So
Yeah, so I'm sorry.
Good,
So she
babe.
didn't really say much about what they are saying about us that's not true, because like when did anybody say we're not the chosen one? And then what is being the chosen one anyways? Right? Isn't that what she said? She said that
I
we're the
wasn't even
chosen.
going down that. I wasn't going down that
I
rabbit hole.
asked her that she didn't want to. I guess.
She
Yeah,
couldn't answer it.
that's so silly.
What is it that we often say? People like to regurgitate and spit shit, but they're never ready for the follow-up question.
Nope. No. That's why when she come back. So I wanted to talk about that though. But hopefully she come back. I did want to ask another one. I know she probably gonna answer this one. What's Black Power and why don't we use it to be better?
Oh yeah, I was waiting on that one. Anyway, let me. I'm gonna be gone for a quick minute. I gotta go back out here, but I gotta leave my phone here to charge because that bitch is on like 12%.
Oh my.
I'll be back in a quick second.
So yeah, I only got about an hour and some change on this thing. While I relax. I'll be able to put in my time though, cause I'll be not focusing. Not focusing.
Oh, here's something they are saying. about black women that they're the most educated. That's not true.
I hear that a lot. Yeah.
That's us saying that. I ain't know the race.
Facts. Yeah, he ain't lying. The host ain't lying.
That's other.
But it's not even us. That's just black women
nonsense,
saying that.
bro.
It's just black women saying that black women are the most.
Ah,
Ain't
okay,
even the black.
gotcha.
Yeah, it is.
Sure, they have 4
And they
college
eat
degrees
that
and
up
get
too.
finessed
They
by a
eat
bum
it
nigga
up
like
like
me.
we so red. We got it. Most educated in the least families. Ain't that something? You ain't see the problem with that.
A lot
Quite
of.
frankly, gentlemen, I
Oh
think we're
Lord, did I
talking
let
about
him
the
That's
in?
him
wrong topic.
again.
The
Was
real
it me?
topic is
Hold
that
on, hold on.
LeBron
Let
is the
Matt
GOAT.
talking
And he's
shit.
been doing it for the past 22 years. If
Oh
you
my
still think that
God.
Michael Jordan is the GOAT in the big 2025,
The
what the
big
fuck?
2025.
Hey, no!
Sorry,
Fuck off,
sorry.
man!
Wait,
Matthew.
who
I like
dropped
this
him?
guy. I actually like him.
He's gonna put him in the big box.
No, I was about to put him in the big box and everything. Come
And
back.
It
and
wasn't me.
we could have took a mod break.
We could have taken my break with that.
Oh, I
Right.
think he
Come back,
back.
LeBron.
I think he
LeBron, come
back.
back.
Nah,
Nope,
he's
that's
not
Kelly
back.
not filter.
Hi everyone, what's up?
Hi, Kelly.
Coming up to do?
Kelly.
What was his punk ass coming up to do?
No,
Oh,
he
hi.
was all right, man. He just be pushing out LeBron better than.
Because I was ready to go. I was fitting to go somewhere. I'll be nice.
Nah, he was in here
Oh.
yesterday though. I was like, I find him entertaining. He's funny though.
You gonna
I'll
come after me
sit
next?
down,
I'm
but
the
you're
next
not gonna
lightest
come in
motherfucker
and
in here.
act like stupid because I'll go for your fucking ass. We not doing that today. All right, but I'll be in the comments. Love y'all.
All right, Kelly. At least I know who to call. Who I'm gonna call?
Who you gonna call? Call Kelly.
All right, call Kelly. No filter.
K.O.
Amen. Ah, shoot. Let's get on this
Nikki,
other
you coming
one.
up?
Who that Nikki? She said she at work. I know she can't.
Oh, gotcha.
I feel like
What you got for me, Twan?
I feel that African Americans create culture that's propagated throughout the entire world and profited off throughout the entire world. But it's a self-destructive culture. In a way, it's kind of cannibalistic. You feel me? For example, you see, let's say TK, right? Y'all know who TK is? That might be a deep cut. I'm a young dude. Let me think. What's another crash out? A damn, all right, TK, Mace, King Von, whatever, etc. Any one of those drill rappers. Don't make that
You
music.
said a crash out. When I hear that word, now I think about Aaron the Piper.
Oh, yeah, nah, I fucks with Aaron the Plumber. I fuck with Buddy. Nah, I wouldn't even call him a crash out. He just standing on business. I wouldn't even describe it like that.
I don't know. He a little crash out.
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely have to.
I
I
answer the phone.
absolutely have to. Nah, but essentially what I'm trying to get at is the world profits off the culture. You feel me? They get to listen to the glizzy, put them in the air, go against the shit, bitch, I triple dare. You feel me? But then they get to go to nursing school or get their dentistry license. You feel me? They get to live through it vicariously. While meanwhile, you're a young nigga. Let's say you're not doing great in school. You find out, you realize, you admit to yourself you're not going to the league. You're like, all right, maybe I could start rapping. Maybe I could slide. Maybe I could start trapping. Maybe I could do this, that. But essentially, it's like culture controls how your people survive in the way that black people have the burden of being cool. You don't ever see Jewish people worried about being cool. Jewish people ain't worried about being cool. They're worried about a 401k. In a lot of ways, women control this. You feel me? When you go to Japan, you go to China, you go to Singapore, the dude in high school that's getting the most cheeks is a motherfucker that's a straight A student. You come up to America, you go to DR, Haiti, most third world countries. You feel me? The dude that's getting the most cheeks He's the one that's either A, crashing out, or B, he's really nice at sports. So what we choose to value, what young men think will get them the most girls, you feel me, can shape your cultural perspective. That's why Judaism is only passed down through the mother. On some big game shit. Hear me out. Because if you make a society where your race is only passed down through the mother, right? Not through the father, like I was done over here, right? You can control who your daughter is gonna have a kid with better than who your son's gonna have a kid with. You can control who your lineage is passed down to. Back then in the Genghis Khan days, in the war days, you would get your daughter to marry somebody to set a truce, or to acquire more land, or boom, boom, boom. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm bugging. Y'all are mad quiet.
I just wanted to answer the prompt.
Hey, that quietness that you heard, it was called listening.
Yeah, man. I ain't used to that, bro. That's how you know I'm a nigga.
That was funny. All right, what you got for me, Nikki?
All right.
What up, my Nikki?
What's up? So let's get it. So black people, when are we gonna stop using history to be victims? Well, that is a great question. When are we? I don't believe we are. So that answers that. Next question. What are other races saying about us? That we're weak, not smart, disgusting, easy to manipulate. What's black power? Black power is defined of the strength in what we can do as a black people. But going to the second question of that, saying about what saying about us that's not true. Wait a minute, I done missed something. Oh, why don't we use it? We don't use it because we fear. The next question is, we embarrass each other more than anyone else can do. You notice? Yes, I do notice. We tear each other down all the time, every day, nonstop, without any remorse. And yet, that'll go to the next question. Our ancestors were able to do more with less, and we have more and still don't do anything. And why? Because of lack of knowledge, lack of respect, lack of ambition, and fear. It all goes right back around to fear. And that has been the hindrance of why we as a people still do not grow. When you are not motivated in ambition or have lack of passion and knowledge, you will not do anything. You will stay in a standstill and accept what the society programs you to be. You be stuck in that standpoint. So the other question is, how do you deprogram the mindsets of what we was raised to be more, to fight for more, to better ourselves? Those, we sit here and we debate, we tear each other down, we do all this, we go back and forth all day long. I don't. I ain't gonna say me, because I be at work most of the time. But what benefit does it do for us as a people? What's beneficial about it? How does it impact your life? Do you even know your purpose? Do you even know your goals in life? Like, these questions that don't never get answered should be the ones to answer in order to create, build, and move up and build our own. How many black people support black businesses?
Black
Create
businesses be
jobs.
expensive, though.
Create jobs. Build our communities. How many thought about doing that? It's like a domino effect. If you help one black business, they'll be able to help you. You can work for them, create jobs, and build your own off of it. And we're not going to even talk about legacy. Like it all derives on you as a it comes as you as a person, as a black person, how your mentality is and what you take of importance of how you view your life and what you believe your purpose is. And if we cannot stand together, yes, we will fall. We divided we will fall, but together we will rise.
Nigga, do you believe that the church played an important role in the black community that's missing right now?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
You feel
PK
me?
kid, and it definitely plays a huge factor of why most of us are programmed the way we are with this religious belief. I
No, I
don't
mean,
like to talk about it.
I'm saying, do you think it was beneficial to build and fostering black communities or no? Because me, I'm not a religious dude. I'm not, you feel, I respect Jesus
I don't
Christ.
believe I don't really have religious debates because everybody believes in different. But when it comes to the churches, I don't think it was beneficial to us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let's not go down that path.
Yeah, I don't want to go down that road.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
I do want to shout out. I want to shout out Nikki and who was that on this? I had to see their name up there. Shutter. I want to shout y'all out, man. I've been seeing y'all support my boy. Even when I was off this app, I've been seeing y'all some true loyal people. I gotta give it to you. I think that's I love it though that y'all been supporting my man's Mary for even and keeping the grind going and through his whole journey, even when he got like maybe 2 people in his room. I think that's the real stuff for real. And then he, pick up. So I think y'all some real one. I just gotta give y'all that MVP, man. I've been saying y'all, even when I be in fan base, I'm like, okay, he got his same 2 main peoples up in there, and
Oh yeah.
he got some more people that I'll be seeing in there though. But I just giving y'all that shout out that y'all some true supporters, man. We need more people like you.
We do need more people like that because it builds us as a community too. And I'm a networking type person, so I come across other black souls such as myself, networking with them, so we can level each other up. And when you show that support, even if you come through my lives, show that support and that love. I want to see everybody win, and I want to see us as a black community win together, where we can be in a dominating stance to where we don't have to complain about money or income or the way we live or be no longer oppressed. So it all depends on how you take this platform and what you use it for or whatever. But I do appreciate the shout out to Kev.
Yep. We have the ability to dominate, and that have nothing to do with the other race. That's all we gotta do. If we know how to focus on our families and stuff, we can override anything.
K.O.
People don't just realize that for real. But yeah, let me get Lunar in. Man, what's up, Lunar? The
Hey, what's
professor.
going on? It's been a while, my guy. We got to
What's
make
up?
it quick because I'm on break at work. But
What's up?
all right. You want me to just go with the
You can
prompt
go through them.
questions?
You can go through them. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So from my own personal perspective, what are other races saying about us that's not true? Me, I'm a mixed person, right? So I don't tend to get caught up in the paradigm of what's going on. I can't because I have to be able to see things from all sides. Being that I have a mixed background, I can't choose one side nor the other. I don't have that option. In retrospect, what I'm telling you is I have it worse than most other people would agree to admit. Mixed people see it from all sides, as it should be, right? And that's the day and age we live in now, is most every culture is mixed with something, whether you're darker skinned or lighter skinned. More people should be appreciative of that to understand how far we have come. We've mixed cultures and we've created some beautiful things out of it, and beautiful people and beautiful backgrounds and history with it, right? So I tend not to get caught up in the paradigm and the bullshit of what's going on. I like to live outside the norm because I don't operate within the same confines of that. And I think that's a lot of the reason too why I see how hard it is to try to get ahead in life is when you are different and you have something to say or you see things differently, you tend to not align with a lot of the same people because a lot of the same people are living the same mindset, right? So it makes it harder to actually make a difference in the world, to actually speak. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, these guys were great examples of that. They were different. They saw things differently, and they were not only shadowed out, but they were also welcomed in by people that they were able to align with. So you have to be willing to do the work to actually put in the worth for yourself so that others can see you valuable for that. Right? What's Black Power?
Hey, before
Why
you
do we
go to
use
that
it?
one though, I do want to mention. I want to talk about that mix thing that I tell people, right? And little
Yeah, go
do
ahead.
they know, I believe today everybody in the world is mixed by now, right? It's because it's been thousands and thousands of years to think that because people be saying I'm 100%. I think that's just the biggest cap ever. Nobody's 100% nothing today. Because we not thinking about
Absolutely.
like how many times, how many years it has it been since people, and we don't know what all our ancestors did. Somebody done probably slipped something in, whatever it is. And I say to this day, nobody can prove to me that they're 100% one race. I'm gonna say one race or whatever they call it nowadays. Nobody, I don't think nobody. So everybody's mixed low key. It's just I just be laughing when I be hearing people just acting like they black this and that. I'm like, no, literally, you probably got some white tea in you. You done got some Asian, and you don't know. You got all type of stuff here. And then it's like we disregard it and try to use one race and say that, well, I'm more of this anyway, so that's what makes me that. So it's like, what, you disregard another one? Because because I see people that have a little bit of black in them, and they more YT, but they still want to take. I don't know. It's just crazy though. But I like that you mentioned that though, because nobody's
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that, what you said. Like, and that's why I brought it up because it points to the rhetoric of why people are using history when history is long gone. You got to stop living in the fucking past and live for what's now. Like I was having a conversation with an old white guy the other day, and mind you, like there was nothing racist in the whole discussion, nothing like that. He's a truck driver, right? So he's sharing stories with me about how he's going around the nation, stuff like that, the people he encounters, and we got into this whole discussion of how he went to DMV and he was renewing his trucker's license, and he sat next to a woman who was Middle Eastern background, but she was American born, and she was getting a motorcycle license. So the interesting convo that came up out of that was we are definitely in a different age to see things that have evolved based on our historical understanding, but at the end, the overall point we both came to agree with was simply this. You're born on American soil, even if you have parents that were immigrants. You need to accept what you are currently in the modern day and also appreciate your heritage. It's good to know your background, but your background does not define everything you are doing today. That's exactly why you cannot keep living and using the past for excuses. It doesn't dictate your own personal choices, right? No. Like Warlock, what I'm saying is DMV as in the Department of Motor Vehicles, not DC, Maryland, VA. I'm talking about like, where you go to renew your license. So, but yeah, we got to the overall point we were talking about it because like he came to my job and we had this long discussion. I'd be shooting the shit with my customers, right? And we came to the point to where like people just don't appreciate what they modernly are today, and they're using historical um historical beliefs to back up what they're trying to do. Like, yes, it's good to understand your culture and your background. It's good to know where you came from. It's good to know your roots. But that, at the end of the day, does not define you today. That's where you came from. It's not where you're going to. So stop trying to move forward by taking backward steps. It doesn't fucking work. You can't turn the clock backwards, so why the hell are you trying to do it? Time doesn't go backwards, neither should you. It's that simple. People don't understand how simple something like that is. They overthink it, they make it more complex than it needs to be. It's very simple. Let's see here. So I've covered two of the prompts at this point. That would have been the background thing, the using it as excuses. Now my perspective on Black Power, why don't we use it to be better? Like I said, I don't see things that way because I'm not 100% one versus the other. So I can't really give a specific answer on that. I would say though, when it comes to using your own culture, I would say stand up for what the hell you're creating and stop letting people benefit from it, because when you let others take over, then you start to belittle each other and you're not taking accreditation for what you've put out there. And for example, like the hip hop, right? Hip hop is an entire culture that went global. It went global, but at this point, who's getting the credit for it? Like every single race is coming up with their own culture of hip hop, even though it evolved from the original hip hop world, and that started with the Black community. And the overall purpose of hip hop was just to bring something new to present the hard times and the struggle in the streets, right? And not a lot of different races can relate to that back in the day when it first started. Nowadays, yes, maybe so, but we're not giving that proper accreditation to where it needs to be. I mean, it's good to point out and give credit to what is due versus what people are doing, but stand up for yourselves and stop downplaying each other, right? There's a narrative here. There's a narrative, and the more you let the narrative take you over, the more you're going to attack each other. This is what we call warfare, right? This is what they do in military tactics. They will feed a narrative and let the people destroy themselves, so it's less work that the military has to do. It's the same damn thing that's going on in our nation between different cultures. We have to stop letting people do this to us, right? And I'm not just saying just Black people. I'm just saying as an overall nation, a community, we have to come together. That doesn't create unity, that creates division. And when the division goes that far to create that much divide between races, you're going to look at extinction. The nuclear family is targeted. Men versus women are targeted. So we have to come together more and let our differences bring us together to align better, instead of using it as a crutch to take other people out. That's not the goal. That shouldn't be the goal. Unfortunately, it is today, but it shouldn't be that way. Preservation of the entire human race should be the overall goal, right? And that's why I think that humans are the most damn destructive animal on the planet. While we are the most evolved, we are also the most damn destructive. Let's see. Our ancestors were able to do more with less, and we tend to do less with more. Why? I think that's valid. I think that's a very valid statement to make, a very valid question to ask. And the reason for that I see is technology. As we're getting smarter, we're also getting lazier. We're getting stupider. We're not putting into practice the simple things that we did, such as human labor, just manual, regular, everyday labor. People back then were able to build the fucking pyramids without the technology we have. We have this grand technology to this day, and we still cannot replicate how the damn pyramids were built. So what does that tell you? That's evident proof that we are definitely dumber than they were back then. They were able to build shit that big with their hands without the same tools, without the ease of machinery to help them, but yet they were still able to build standing structures that have lasted for centuries. Right? So that's one evidence that tells you that humans are relying on materials to ease their life, and our brains are taking a decrease. Our bodies have become a lot more unhealthy, right? We're living in an age where we don't know the truth between what real food is anymore and what's processed and what's fake. It's hard to tell the difference between a lot of things because we're so poised by what society tells us we have to do rather than actually going out here and living a natural life. So a lot of times what people fail to do is they forget to live in their roots in the current day. Like there are some things that we can definitely evolve, but there are some things that don't need to change, right? Um, there are definitely a lot of things we need to still improve on that we could look back to things that did work and, what's broken, why the hell are you trying to fix it? Or what's not broken, what the hell are you trying to fix it? I'm sorry, I said that backwards. Anyway, is there anything else? Any other questions you have for me? Anything else? I mean, that's just my overall general perspective.
No, you good, brother.
I
Um,
would say, I would say this in closing, because I do have to get back to work in a few minutes. I would say this, right? I was having a talk with somebody at work earlier, one of the coworkers. We talk philosophy, some of the guys here where I work at. Um, we came to this idea, right? There are two types of ways that you can be seen as looking today. And I don't want anyone to get offended. It's just an overall general statement. So I just kind of want you to understand where I'm going with this. We came to the conclusion that there are two types of idiocy that exist today, right? The first type is simple to understand. It's the person who places the blame all around and victimizes others for their own selfish manipulative benefit. In other words, we call that a gold digger, right? Number two is this. They're airheads that who don't see that they are blinded by idiot number one, leading them to their own demise. Today we're calling them simps, right? So the question is, are you going to be the outlier or are you going to fall victim? Are you going to live the life of one of those two types, or are you going to be out here trying to do something different for your own purpose and prove yourself wrong, prove those statements to be wrong and do something better for your own benefit, for your own worth, for the better of society and not what society tells you. Like I said, I don't want anyone to feel offended, but that's the age we live in now. We got a lot of people going around here shaming, blaming against what needs to be done properly. And it's a very selfish lifestyle that we're living based on monetization, materialism, the whole I gotta make it to the top lifestyle. No, the fuck you don't. Go out here and live your purpose to actually build a community. You don't have to make it to the top to be valuable. Anyway, next person, go ahead.
I think Karma had a question for you. Then we're gonna get West Coast in.
Yeah, I just came up for a clarifying question, and then I would probably drop off. Proof, when you read the first question, Black people, when are we going to stop using history to be victims? Why did you jump to Black history as a collective and not people's individual history of being Black? And why didn't you answer or ask a clarifying question of victims of what? Like, what made you jump to the monologue that you gave us?
Well, like I said, that monologue I gave was something entirely different than the prompt here because that monologue I was having a whole different conversation with somebody I work with earlier. So that was completely different from what was going on. That was just something else. I just wanted to point out, like, what is your purpose today? What are you out here actually doing, not for yourself, but for the benefit of others that can also benefit you, right? So for the benefit to let the community succeed and build up instead of tear it down, right? So that's the whole purpose of that monologue that I came up with, because nowadays more people are more interested in what others have going on for their own selfish benefit. So that's the idiocy that the other guy and I came up with. That was my monologue based on that. Now, as far as me answering the question, the prompt question on Black history, what you have to understand is I don't see Black history the same way you may, and that is simply because I'm mixed. I don't take one side versus the other. I can't. I don't have that option. I have to see it from all different angles. And that is something I've been ingrained to see my entire life. Right. So that doesn't mean I'm better than you. That doesn't mean I'm worse than you. That just means I see things way different because I don't see skin color the same way. I don't see problems the same way. I see all angles. I have no choice. And because of that, I understand that I understand like the really heavy mixed people can have a very hard time trying to come up because they're put in one category versus the other and not their own, right? And what I'm telling you is my personal experience as a mixed person is I've been personally categorized as Mexican, I've been categorized as Asian, I've been categorized as Black. Everything that, is going to cause racism. I've seen it from all angles. So it's hard for me to categorize, Black history specifically when I understand where culture came from, but I also understand what I'm trying to do today, right? So that's why I said it it does no good to try to turn the clock backwards because you can't turn time backwards. You have to appreciate where you came from and be aware of your culture and your background, but you also need to keep moving forward and not use that as a crutch.
Hey, Warlock, you might have some competition,
So,
boy.
So I just one more
so
follow up
I just
proof.
want to say this. Oh,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
Nikki. One more follow up proof. My confusion is the question is about Black people. When are we gonna stop using history to be victims? So if because you are mixed race, you are unable to answer a question that is specifically about Black people, then why did you come to give information that wasn't specific to the prompt question?
Because I was asked to join the panel, and I even stated that I couldn't give specific information in the beginning. So
Hold up. So I guess I gotta, because he said he can. He said, I guess he said he has the ability to look at it on both sides, though. So why he can't speak for the Black side?
Right?
He said that he
What?
didn't have a specific, what he said was that he doesn't look at just one linear lens. He looks at it through both, and that
Right.
he doesn't identify with being Black. He identifies as being mixed race. But yet he looked at it from all angles, but he didn't answer it from the prompt's question. So that's why I
right.
was just confused. I'm not saying it's
Well,
right or
I actually
wrong.
think
I
that's
was
a
just
good thing. We need
asking
people to do
what
that.
was the purpose of answering the question, but not answering the question specific to Black
Okay. What did
people.
you? So
That
let's
was
ask
it.
this then. What did you not like about his answer?
It
He's
wasn't that I disliked it or liked it. I was just asking a clarifying question because the question was Black people. Then he went into history, then said history, we shouldn't look at it, we should focus on present. And then he went through the monologue of the DMV, which I was just trying to get an understanding of how it was all relatable to the first prompting
Oh,
question.
okay.
That was
he
it.
I got you.
he just
I,
Yeah,
sounded
you
I, I,
like
good.
I actually think it's a good thing. We actually need people. We have a lot of people that's not black that just migrated to the United States in the 80s. and they're all up under the same term as black. And you know, we're as Black Americans, we're getting a bad rap for it. Some of these foreigners that been here for just a generation or two. So I actually think it's good when people are able to, you know, make their position clear. That way we know what we're dealing with instead of everybody just, oh, I'm black, but come to find out your family just came here 20 years ago.
Let's
So
not
I think
skip West Coast.
I was just about to say that too.
that's
Yeah,
a
go
good
ahead,
thing.
Wes.
That's a good thing.
Hey,
Okay.
Kev, real quick before everybody jump in, we need y'all to like this live, get these likes up. We're at 18.7K. We come on, knock it all past 20K. Let's get on up to 30K. There's 19 people in this live. Let's make this happen. Share the live. If you hold down on Kev's box for 2 seconds, this white screen will pop up, and you can go down the side of that and hit share. And each one of those shares counts as an individual share. And also give the people in the panel. And the host don't want you to know it, but we gonna tell you anyway. He's got a Cash App somewhere around here. If he still got it down there, oh yeah, he's got it down there in the bottom in green. Don't hesitate to help him out. You know, to keep the content coming, cause this is work, and it takes a little time, takes a little money. Hey, we working here, and let's keep this conversation going. Let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it polite. The box is up. We have a box empty right now, so if you want to join the conversation, come on up. And also join the team. Don't forget to join the team and help Kev reach that live goal up there. He's looking for a couple more goats, the goats. With that being said, I'm going to mute up, enjoy the ride, and let's have some fun. Here you go, Kev.
All
Hey
right.
Kev, hey Kev, before you
Yeah,
go,
back is
I got to get back to work. I want to thank you for having me up and giving me a spot to have a voice. And again, just to clarify, the reason I answered the way I did was because I don't live in the confines of, you know, the normal society. I see things way different, so that's why I answered the way I
Yeah, I'm
did.
about to
And
say, I
I
think
hope you guys,
I understood everything
yeah,
you're saying, though, man. Like I said, that's
yeah,
why
I
I
hope,
let everybody talk. So yeah, I feel you though. It's just everybody's
yeah,
not gonna resonate, but that's something that we got to learn within ourselves. That we just gotta. I guess we have a problem, or we X people off with that. But I think everybody has valid. That's why I asked that one question on the top. But I think it's something we got to grow from, or some of us gonna never grow from. But yeah, I loved everything you said though. So let me
I
get
appreciate it.
yeah for sure. Let me get West Coast in the building.
Yeah. Hey,
Mackie right
thanks.
after him.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for letting me up. But in my personal opinion, homeboy that just talked right now, he kind of sounded like he distant himself from, I guess you could say, I don't know what he is mixed with, but like from the black side, to where he answered the questions kind of like vague, but no direct type of like answer. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me, but whatever. But
What's the part that got weird to you then, since you said that?
just how it was kind of like leaning towards, you could say, more away from like answering the question about like how the lady said that was next to me, I forgot her name, was asking him how it was about like black people or whatever. It was like he couldn't really, how do you say it, and he was even claiming that he couldn't side with either or, but yet in a way he kind of did, and he showed like he sided, or he chose to side or whatever away from that direct question, you know, with the word black or the identity of black,
Yeah. He
kind
said
of.
it was mixed. That's what he said though. He said he could see it from,
Yeah.
I think he made it specific. He said he could see it from both ends, so he really couldn't say too much
Yeah.
about it. So
No,
he
yeah,
said,
I mean, my fault. No disrespect
Well, if you
towards
can see
him
it
or
from
whatever,
both
bro.
ends, then you should be able to answer from both ends. If you see it, but you got a unique
right. I was just
Yeah.
about to say that.
Yeah.
how you gonna tell us
That's what
about
I was
one
trying to
end that
say
you see it?
because
And
Like,
it kind of sounded
I
like
think,
he
yeah,
didn't
I think the fact is he didn't want to say nothing bad about either side, right? Because I could
well,
tell,
then
I could
don't
say,
speak.
huh?
Well, then he shouldn't
but you
speak.
can't. But the
Yeah.
thing
No,
is,
hold up, y'all.
yeah.
Hold up, man. Hold up. Wait, hold up. Yeah, because I want y'all to get this. All right.
my
Yeah,
bad,
because
host. My bad.
so I'm gonna say this right. At the end of the day, right? Everybody gonna say what they gonna say, right? On this situation, though. If people got a problem with certain things, they gonna say they problem. If people don't think they have a problem, they don't have to say anything. So they just speaking from their perspective of how they do it. So we can. That's the whole point of us in here, right? This is not about who's better, what race is better or not. We in here to try to see people from. That's why I got that first question like that, because I think we need to hear from other people that's not just us, because
Yeah,
we
but
can learn from something. But if we're not coming in here to learn something, we just trying to push an agenda. This ain't it. That's all I'm getting to about that though. But I can't tell nobody that they can't speak, especially if I feel like it's very something we can learn from, right? Because I think that was very valid what he was saying though. He said he's speaking on different things about that he has the ability to see things from both ends, and he didn't want to say negative about either one. Nobody had to say nothing negative. We can both uplift. We can do that too if we want to do it, or we can talk about our problems.
So a couple of things on that, right? The first thing is, when I was saying that he shouldn't speak, I wasn't saying like somebody should censor him. I was saying like as a man, sometimes you have to know like when you just, read the room, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the first thing. The second thing too is that like black people don't really have no code, fam. Like that, like I'm starting to realize that's the real problem. Like we don't stick on code about nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't ever see like panels full of you know, different other races of people and letting like one specific person come in there and derail the conversation. I don't really ever see that. They're not even gonna
What's the
let you do that. They
conversation
have a
about,
code.
Mac? Hey,
Well, no,
tell me about how my conversation went. Tell me the conversation.
no. That wasn't referring like to this specifically, but I'm saying that's something that I see like trending. And then when we get to questioning these people, then we started to realize like we're two kind of separate people. Like, and like as a black person, a black American, like, man, we know what other people say about us. We've been hearing it our whole life.
But
I
you
don't.
want me to answer the panel host, or my bad, bro? I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I'm good. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go right after Mac, man. Like I said on here, I let everybody talk because I'm really trying to learn. I really don't care about,
Yeah,
and I
and
want
I
us to.
Yeah, and
want to say something real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nikki.
Thank you. I appreciate it. When it comes to our history, it is a part of us. Number one. Number two, we still exist in society issues between a country that built laws against us, that still oppress us, and history does repeat itself, which is why our people are still in the White House fighting from oppression to this day, trying to take away our rights, or whatnot. So we can't walk around with blinders because I'm also mixed too. I have white tea, and black, but I can also express and say and live the society issues that I walk in of today's
Go back
time.
to Africa, nigga. Go back to Africa, nigga. Stupid ass nigga.
I'm gonna put that
man, bro.
I knew better not to let him up.
And this is what I'm saying. We can't ignore things like this because this happens on a regular, even on this platform in our everyday lives. This is not nothing that I can walk around and say, well, I see both sides and I can't pick a side. I have to pick a side because I look more black than I do mixed. And it affects me as an individual person and as a community as a whole. So, these laws was never created from us from day one. Number two,
I think y'all took a trigger word. That's what happened. I see what happened. But I think if we would have asked him directly, I believe if we asked him directly, he would have answered it. Because I think some of us do actually know this guy. I mean, that's one of my mutuals. That's some of the other mutuals. So we know he wasn't coming from an angle to disregard or invalidate an experience. And some of y'all don't even know the guy. So I think overall he if we would have asked him a direct thing and said, hey, what's some black issues or YT, he would have said, he would have mentioned that though. I don't think nobody up here invalidated or said it wasn't not no issues around here. That's all it was. So I don't know if we putting words in somebody's mouth or just because nobody ain't sound like a victim or something like that we made it seem like that he didn't that what he did was wrong. You know what I'm saying? He just saying from his perspective. I'm letting everybody say what they view and stuff. Like I said, I come here to learn. I'm not coming here to push no agenda. So I don't know if we had that ability to do that or not. I don't know what's going on. It ain't really that serious though. Y'all acting like he about to say some words and it's gonna tear us up. I didn't feel like he came disingenuous or nothing. I know people that do that though, but I don't think he was coming off that way. He was just saying from his experience, he couldn't say too much. He's a mixed guy. He just spoke on the different experience on both ends, and that's all he did from that point. And some other extra things that he threw in there though, because I know he was answering all the other questions as best as he can. But I don't think he was trying to invalidate nothing for real. I don't know why we got this.
Nah, hey, my bad, host. My
what the
bad,
fuck
host,
did I
for even
miss?
saying that shit.
I
But
guess your boy Pro, just because he said he was mixed. I bet you if he didn't say he was mixed, everybody wouldn't have a problem with it. But as he
My
said,
boy who?
I don't think it was
Professional Lunar.
Oh,
invalidation.
Luna? Yeah.
Yeah, Lunar, one of our moves,
What the
right?
fuck they got to say about Luna?
Yeah, they found out he was mixed and he's speaking on some everybody can figure. Well, whatever. We gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get
Oh, all right.
West Coast in.
Y'all motherfuckers lucky I wasn't here for that shit.
Yeah, right.
What you gonna do, Warlock? Nothing. But
Go
My
ahead,
bad.
West Coast. I want you to finish West Coast.
Okay. Well, shit. Obviously, I'm hella mixed. You know, I'm a mixed person
Oh
myself.
shoot! Don't say nothing for
But
this one.
no, hey, for real. But black people, when are we gonna stop using history to be victims? When we stop teaching just what do you call these not even like our, you could say black people's history, but their version of history of like degrading black people and reminding them even in schools and generations, our children's children, that that's where they come from, that's how they ever been or whatever it will ever be. They don't teach them the history of the greatness that they have accomplished or they can be capable of achieving, and how much these people are so jealous and how much they hate even to this day, that they watch carefully everything that you do, and you got to be careful yourself. You know what I mean? And then what are other races saying about us that is not true? That black men don't raise their children, or you know what I mean? They're not like there for their families. That shit. All the black homeboys I know, they've been there raising their families, their children. You know what I mean? To this day, viciously. And then we embarrass each other more than
No,
anyone.
we ain't on that yet. We just gonna do a couple because there's a lot of people up here though. So we just gonna do those two, and then I kind of disagree with that because I think we push that on our own. So we be saying like especially with this gender fake war we got, we be having women talking about, hey, men ain't taking care of their babies and all this other stuff and all that stuff, whatever. And some men be saying the same old thing too. So that's the same race saying it against our own selves though. So I think we looked that up. That junk ain't true. So it's just somebody pushing that on TikTok. So I don't think that's another race that's saying something about her. But yeah, all right. So we just gonna get I'm gonna get Mac and SRT in real quick, and we gonna just do the first two, and then we'll open panel because I think everybody got something to say on this one. Well, go ahead, Mac. We just on the first one, and then the black people when we gonna stop big victim, and we doing the what our other race is saying. We doing those two. Dang, she snuck in here and got me.
All right. So I guess I'll answer the last one first. So when are we gonna what are other races saying about us? I feel like all stereotypes like have some like sort of truth to it. So I feel like unless we take accountability for the stuff that we know is going on, that other people recognize is going on, that we promote to the world ourselves via like hip hop and all that other kind of stuff, then nothing will never change. We'll just keep sweeping the problem under the rug and placing blame on somebody else instead of taking accountability. As far as black people, when are we going to stop using history to be the victims? I'm not sure. Like I said, unless we all get on one code, I mean, that's a question that I still honestly don't even have an answer to. I mean, it all comes back to accountability for me. I think, it starts with each individual. We can do that, and especially if the men could get that part together, and if we're supposed to be the leaders, I feel like everything should work out.
But it's facts. Okay, I feel that. All right. Before you go, Warlock, I know you got another question. Let me just get SRT in, then we open. We open after that. SRT, you there, life? You on a teacup? SRT. All right. Go ahead, Warlock. You can come back up if you whenever.
No, I did I answer the black one? I don't think I answered the black one. I think we started on.
Yeah, you got to answer the So.
All right. So I answered the first purple one, or violet, or whatever the fuck color you want to call it. But the whole thing about us playing victims, you hear that shit every fucking day. Because one of the first fucking things that everybody run back to is slavery. So my whole thing is, and I ask this question often, Kev, are we not in what we call the information age? Is there not a saying, if you know better, you do better? So if you want to go back to history and you want to take all the things that happened to us in history. Now, let me preface it with this, and I shouldn't have to. I'm not saying ignore it. I'm saying stop using that shit as a fucking crutch. Right? So if you take everything that you know, that you've read, that you've taken in reference to history, and you're still going to pertain to what's going on and use that as a fucking crutch? You know better. Do better. If you knew nothing about history and you've repeated it, I can't hold you responsible for that shit. But you know better. You know what's happened. You know what's happening. Do better. Stop trying to use that as a fucking crutch all the time. I keep telling y'all, whoever invented the crutch, we have funded their generational wealth for the next 10 generations because we always want to use shit as a crutch. We don't want to stand up on our own. We want to say, oh, I can't do this because of XYZ. Says who? Has somebody done it before you? Yes, so we know it's possible. How do we go about doing it? Oh, that's too fucking hard. I'm just gonna use what the other people are doing to keep us down. That's some frackum knuckle bullshit. Not saying that it's not gonna be harder. It may be. But anything worth having is worth working hard for. I'm sorry. But that's just my take on that one. I'm gonna go back on fucking mute. I'm in my car warming up because it's cold as out here. It's cold as fuck out here in the winter. It's disrespectful as fuck. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, it sounded like it just all came back to accountability. From everything I gathered from what he said. I mean, I really don't see nothing stopping us individually from doing anything. You know, I don't see where that the victim mindset. I don't see where that gets you in life. If you apply that same mind frame to anything else in life, you're gonna fail. I don't understand why we do it like to ourselves as if we're not gonna get the same result. That's insanity.
I would just want to say that when we refer to black people as pretty much everybody in the race, like there's not black people that are doing really good. As a matter of fact, if you look at it, there is more people that are black that are not in poverty than are. I think it's like only 30% or something like that that are African American that are in poverty. I
Well, the
just don't
problem
like
is we promote it to the world though. Like every other race, their degenerate class, they don't use that as the they don't prop that up like we do. Like you know what I'm saying? That's the biggest problem. Like other races know how to separate their small minority of degeneracy from being from their whole race being judged, and we do it
I,
the exact opposite.
I disagree because you do have
It
African
did
Americans.
SRT go?
What?
Did SRT go?
I haven't heard him speak.
Nah, he did.
He did.
Man,
Damn, what the
Antidote, shut your bitch ass up.
Excuse me?
Antidote, you a bitch, nigga. You heard me.
I swear.
Okay.
Hey, I need y'all to get y'all vetting up. Whoever keep letting all these people up, man. That's why I be. That's why I be.
Pardon fucking me.
Oh
I
my
don't know the
god.
motherfuckers. I leave it up to y'all to do that shit.
I didn't go yet because I was at the car wash. My bad.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go real because I'm gonna make sure everybody go, and then y'all can go back and forth again. Anecdote. And welcome to the live.
I mean, there really ain't nothing said as far as like my opinion. I agree with a lot of what the last couple people was saying. Yeah, the victim mindset's a little crazy. I don't understand it. Especially joining the military for 10 years. I will never understand it then because it's like, and then like growing up in New York City, I think I didn't really get like the privilege of like living in the South and stuff like that to really see racism like growing up firsthand. So living in New York City, I didn't really see it that much. Very diverse city, so I didn't really get. I kind of think it's like more of like a melting pot of a lot of immigrants and people from different countries and stuff like that. So I didn't really see racism growing up. But joining the military, I definitely saw a different perspective. First time I ever seen somebody just blatantly call the N word in front of me was in basic training. So it kind of opened up my eyes, and then I just kind of see things for what it was. Since then, I guess you could say.
Okay. What? Somebody missing? Who just dropped? All right, I guess. Go ahead, Antidote. I think you and Mega was saying something. Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah. What I'm saying is essentially like when we blanket African American people with stereotypes and say that other races are not stereotyped. I would disagree. Like Asians are stereotyped.
No, no,
Jewish
no, no.
people.
That's not what I said. Let's be factually correct. What I was saying was other races don't promote the degenerate class as part of like for instance, like hip
No, I
hop.
got you. I got you. I
Yeah, that's what I
understand.
was saying. That's what I was saying. I know there's stereotypes
I
in every race.
understand. I understand. Yeah, that I would agree with, because when you promote like what Cam Newton do, bragging about, getting with a bunch of different baby mamas and having a bunch of kids, and he's talking about it with a bunch of pride. That stuff should not be promoted.
Yeah. True.
That should not be promoted. You feel me? So yeah, I understand what you're saying. And I think that's more of a systemic issue than anything else. I don't really know how to put the words into it, but I think corporations within African American communities have derailed what our purpose is.
Yeah, but we still have a choice whether to do it or not. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it all, like I was saying about accountability. Like,
And that
just
circles.
just because somebody is trying to get me to promote, talking about killing my own brother or my bad, sorry about that, unaliving my own brother. Like, it's still on me to say whether I'm broke and they're trying to give me $20,000 to do it or not. It's still my choice.
I agree, and this is the last thing I'll say. But what I'm trying to get at is that when we have these people that do these things to us, and we have these corporations backing these millionaires, they're not going to promote people that are doing like what's his name? He plays on the Celtics, Jalen Brown, right? He went to Harvard. He did all this other stuff. Do you see the NBA promoting this man? No, they want to promote like John Morant and stuff like that. Or
No, they just paid him a 300 something million dollar contract. So I mean, hell,
well, but even still, they're not promoting him like other people. I mean, LeBron James is a
who
good
cares? They
example.
gave him 300 million. He can promote himself.
Bro.
That,
He's just
that's
not he's just not as talented as John Morant. It's pretty clear, pretty evident.
I don't know. John Morant is always trying to hurt himself. It seems to me.
I mean, Jalen Brown is a champion. I get what you're saying, but they just gave him $300 million, brother. You can start your own production and media company and promote yourself if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but it's harder. Like that's the same reason when rappers and
Nobody never said
artists.
it's gonna be easy.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that unless you have the networks, you know how to play the game and stuff like that, it's much harder. So what people will do, and I'm not trying to give justification, I'm just explaining what I'm seeing from observation. People will choose the easiest route, and sometimes that means
Yeah.
they will sell your own people out. You see
True.
it when uh, the CIA took D-Rugs to the African American community, and I'll say that when people say, "Oh, black people sold," no, there was a select few that sold out and did it into our own community. It wasn't all black people. There was some black people like, "Hell no, I ain't doing that shit." You know what I mean? But essentially, like if you have a few people that are gonna, betray their own people, it's hard to hold those people accountable because you don't know who they are, but they're out there doing that shit.
Well,
And
I
then
have
when you
another
get
question too. Like when we say black people, what does that mean? Like who are we talking about?
Mm.
that's a good
Everybody in the
question.
diaspora, or I mean, I think that's part of the problem too, because
Yes,
it could be somebody that shares the same hue as us, but that don't necessarily make them the
have the
same
same
people as us. And we
values.
still, and black people, black Americans still get the same bad rap as if this person might not even be from here, and y'all
Right.
putting that
Yeah,
on us.
in the
That's
military, we
true.
call that mass punishment.
That's crazy to me. That's why I'm like, black people. What does that even mean? That's why we can't never get no. That's why the reparations talk is like never going to move forward. Because even other races is like, okay, so let's say we do agree to this. Who are we supposed to give it to? Like just everybody that's black across the world? Like that.
Right.
We killing ourselves with that with our wording. Words mean things. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
That's true.
we need the foundation. We need to understand who are we. I mean, why can't that be the question? Who are we talking about when we say black people? Because it's hard to even move on in the conversation. If I mean, are we talking about the black man that came from Nigeria in the '80s on a visa, like willingly, or are we talking about people that didn't have no choice that was kidnapped and brought over here, or
Right.
like
Right.
like who are we talking about?
Right. That's
Well,
good.
what I'm saying is that within the system, the degeneracy is way promoted than upstanding like LeBron James. He's married, got a wife and kid. It seems like he's doing everything right. But do you see him promoted like in other countries and stuff? Sure, maybe here and there, but I'm sure enough he's going to be treated like an African American in Saudi Arabia or something like that. Like you're not seeing these type of men and how they lead their families and stuff like that promoted in movies and TV shows and stuff.
Because that's not the culture of black people. I don't think it's just not the culture. That's not what black people champion. Black people champion degeneracy, and it's a fact.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We the
It's a
only one that
fact.
do that. Name another culture that takes their degenerate class and targets us as the consumer. Nobody else does it in the world.
Rednecks,
Like only us. Like
rednecks.
no. They don't
They don't
promote this.
champion
Okay,
that though.
they
Yeah,
don't
they
they don't
do.
they don't no they, no. I'm talking about the people that are not rednecks, the upstanding people of that culture. They don't take the redneck culture and promote it specifically to the world as if all of
I
our
can see
people are
that.
like the redneck. No
You
other
right.
culture does
I can
that.
see what you're talking about, though. I get you though, because that's just like we always promoting people like what's that girl name?
Sexy red.
Yeah. I couldn't even say you said her, and we got people that we
Cardi
what about
B,
the
Megan
crash
Thee
out dude?
Stallion.
Nah, crash out Aaron the pipe dude. Now we
Yeah,
somebody had a violent pun on there too. Like that, we always pushing some stuff out and trying to normalize it and make it seem like
But
that's good. I'm
can,
But
like,
can I
no.
say something real quick?
I will say country music and rock music does the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, it doesn't. It's
Yeah,
two
okay.
How
different
do you say
perceptions.
that? Wait,
Even
what?
if we
Two
concede to
different
that point, they
perceptions.
don't. Even if we concede to the point that country and rock music does that, they don't promote it to other cultures as that been their main culture. Like they like white people know the redneck culture is degenerate, and they'll let you know quick. They'll discriminate against each other.
They do. For
Yeah,
real,
That's
they
not.
be
they
tearing them
do.
down though.
They
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 do.
promote
Say
Taylor
something.
Swift,
As
Sam
they
Oh yeah,
should.
Smith.
They actually
Get Zay, and then I think I do. I don't know if my baby wanted to add something else though, but go ahead, Zay, real quick, and then you said what, babe?
First, you want to talk? Go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Zay. I was just saying thank you, boo. I just like hearing your voice.
Go-
Good. Black love. I like it. But no, I was gonna say, but I really don't think that we ourselves promote it. Like when I look online, when I see all of these media groups, when I see none of them are black owned, like Say Cheese, all of these Adam 21. None of them are black owned. I mean, our problem is that we don't actually own our own media to push anything. If we
BT.
actually owned our own media, then we could push the things that we want to push. But we can't do that because we don't own any of our labels. We don't own, any of the movie studios. Besides, like Tyler Perry, yeah, he do some weird stuff.
He's
But
a
like, you know what I'm
sellout.
saying?
He's a
I'm gonna have to
sellout.
Yeah,
give you pushback on
But
that.
I was gonna say even with that though, Tyler Perry's a black man and he don't like promote the positive aspects of black culture.
That's
right,
what I'm
no,
yeah,
he
saying.
definitely
That's
don't.
what
He
I'm trying
definitely
to
don't. But I'm
say.
just saying that's one
that's
man.
true, that's true.
Like I'm saying, if like majority of people like Jewish people, they get to push their own narrative completely. You know
That's
what I'm
why I
saying? We
never
don't get
fucked
to do
with
that.
Tyler Perry. I never watch his movies, bro. I
I
don't
don't
like
mess with
that.
Tyler Perry
Well,
Bro,
either.
listen,
At
well,
all.
listen,
I
well,
the
don't
listen.
only
fuck with it.
That's
I
what
just
I'm
like I don't
saying.
watch that
That's what I'm
man
saying.
copy and
That's what I'm
paste.
saying. That's what I'm saying. When you got these corporations that have endless amount of money that can fund all these people that are not portraying African Americans in a good light, it's hard to beat those people.
Yeah, but that sounds like
At the
victimhood.
same,
I think with that
I
mindset,
was
you
about to
already
say,
lost from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah,
but
that's
at
true,
the
that's
same
true.
time though, we consume
I'm not
that
saying
though,
it's harder. I'm just
and
saying
we
that we have to
participate.
focus on ownership. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing we need to focus on.
We need to focus on accountability. Fam. Accountability looks like
Hey man, okay, that might be my best friend. I'm about to follow him now. He's in the
instead of
set up.
instead of
So
instead of instead of
how do you hold these people accountable?
no, I'm saying hold ourselves accountable because guess
George and them.
what? Even if they was the one running the media and pushing out what's content, we still have to take accountability for our
Yeah.
behavior.
Yes. I
Well,
like
And if,
that.
and, if, and if you're not part of the degenerate class, it's your responsibility as a man to call out the degenerate behavior when you
Hey,
see it.
bro,
Facts.
wasn't you in the
I say
military,
I
bro?
agree.
Bro, what's his
Go
name?
ahead.
Wasn't you in the military, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? We both of us being black, right? Who's the people doing majority of the degeneracy in the military? Keep it a beat.
Oh God.
Thank you,
The
bro.
ninjas.
Yeah.
My
I want to
question
hear
is,
this. I'm not in the
hold on,
military. I want to hear it.
hold on. Oh, okay. But what I'm saying is, if you was ever in the military, majority of the people being late to formation, we know who that is. Majority of
If
the
you
people
live in
that
the
was getting the
world, you think
DUI,
that the
hold on.
majority of people say
Majority of
they're
the people
black.
getting the DUIs was who? Majority of the people having babies outside of wedlock was who? Let's keep it a bean.
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. But the way
Wait
it's
a minute.
the way
Wait.
it's
Hold
phrased,
on,
Hold on. My
hold on.
baby's
I was
talking
in the
now. It's over.
military
That
it's
mean
too.
pretty
yo.
blunt.
Go ahead.
Okay, maybe I have a different answer than y'all because I was in the military too, and I are y'all saying the same thing I'm saying? Because I put it in the chat, but it sounds like y'all saying something different.
What'd you say?
I'm talking about from a BLK standpoint. Those are the people I was seeing having the most issues in the military. BLK people, like
Oh
people
no,
like
I
myself.
was seeing YT.
No. What you're seeing is they are a majority of the military. You're not looking at it from a statistical standpoint. Who was having majority of the issues in the military by percentage of race?
And disproportionately in a bad way.
Yes. That now you know what I'm saying is right because it's a fact.
But
DUIs majority of the time black people, and we're like we only make up what 30% in the military, maybe less than that.
Yeah, that's hard for me to answer because that was not my experience.
Yeah, I
And
actually
then the
have to go
fact that
back
we're
on what I
13% of
said
the
because
population, but
depending on who you are, some shit was swept under the rug.
yeah, no, I've definitely heard that. Like they just be covering stuff up. That's
so
all that
what?
crazy
What does that
shit be
have to do
happening.
with us being accountable for ourselves and our people?
I
Right?
mean, no,
Who
no,
Yeah,
cares
no.
because
what
we're
Here's
all
the
who
thing.
cares
communities.
what they do? Who cares what
It
they
don't
get away
have
with?
it don't have nothing to do with it. But I am saying it does happen. But at the same time, you're not wrong. Like
Yeah,
a lot of the instances in like degeneracy, it be us. You know what I'm saying? And then we wonder why people look at us the way that they do. And I'd be like, bro, they not wrong. I actually said that in high school. People got mad at me because I'm like, bro,
Oh,
all they
They were not
always say
ready
that
for
all we
that.
do is we fight and we get ratchet and we want to argue. We're
hmm
belligerent. We're ignorant. We're uneducated. And then we get on social media and we portray that every day. Like I'm like, bro,
right,
y'all just
right.
like, bro, like what did I say? Like Sukiyana literally went on social media and said, I can't read, but I can count money though.
Oh my gosh, right.
Like
Bro,
people
Sexy
I
and
feel
Red
like
she got fragrances that's STDs, bro. I land the
bro,
plane
Hey,
there.
this is
exactly,
my
I'll
group of
land
bro.
the plane
people in
there.
here,
Not
man.
even
I'm
that.
waiting for some
Not
ops, but
even
this is my group of people in here, man. That's that's
not
that's that's
even
that's
that.
the whole
I
point
feel
of my this first prompt like that because it's like we be acting like when other races say something about us, like it ain't no type of truth behind it. It's something.
It
It's the
be
reason why they
true.
saying it.
It be
No,
truth
here's the thing.
behind.
It's definitely some
that's
truth behind it.
literally
But then
how
we
I would
make
never
it
say
worse. We make
that's
I
it
would.
worse
literally
in a matter of seconds. You know what I'm saying?
That's
that's us.
I.
I
That's
don't
us
I
like
would
that.
playing
never.
victim. That's us
Go
playing
ahead.
victim. No, I
that's
was saying that's
literally
just us
how
playing victim, fam. Because if we had accountability, like I mean, we would we need more people stepping up and pointing it
Yeah.
out when they see it and say, hey, are not most of us are like this.
Yes.
You know what I'm
But
saying? Without that, if we keep making excuses for it and saying, "Oh, we understand why," and bam, it's 2025. Like we, I mean, what are we doing? What are we even talking about?
Right.
But to my point is, I feel like again, being the people I'm around, I call it out. The people I know, we call it out for what it is.
yeah.
But
hmm
when it's still being pushed by the media in a certain sense, if we don't own our own media, they can still push whatever they want, even if it's only 20
but
black people. And
okay,
they
at the
decide that that's
same
what they want to push.
I want to go back to the
We need our
military.
own media. We need our own media to out
but the
beat that.
thing
We need
is,
we need
Even
we
I
need
want
okay,
to go
Ocean.
back
even
to
if
the
we
military
we
do
and
live in a
say
like
this.
capitalist
I
society.
don't
okay,
think
People are still
I
going to go
don't
where the
think it's
money's
that
at.
many African Americans that are showing their ass like we're saying. Like in the
no, it's
military,
not.
like you would always have like a couple of soldiers that were always screwing up, but for the most part, everybody was pretty much good, you know. So like, sure, you got Sexy Red and Nicki Minaj and all those people, but I don't think most African American women act that way. I don't think most African American men act that way. Even the statistics show that. Like we live mostly above the poverty line, but
Dude, we know that. Yes,
Yeah,
on the
in the
balance
okay,
of
media,
so
probabilities,
here,
every race has decent people. Most
yeah,
YT people are decent. Most BLK people are decent. Most Asian people are decent. I'll land the plane there. But what I'm saying is the degeneracy is what we're talking about.
but and even with that though, this is how I give it to people because I know we want to talk about how they're not the majority and all of that. I give it to you like this, right? So even though those people they make up a minority in our community, They are the loudest, and they are the ones that's making headway. They are the ones that's out in the forefront. They are the ones who, for the most majority, they represent us, and they're the people that people are going to see when they think about our community. So Tyler Perry, Sukiana, Smexy Red, Lil Baby, Da Baby, people like that, NBA YoungBoy. These are the people, even though they are a minority of our community, they are out there in the forefront. They have the loudest voice and the biggest platform.
Wait, did you say
Even
Lil
though they
Baby?
may, yeah, Lil Baby.
No, come on, don't put my boy on there.
Nah,
I can
bro,
see,
I'm
I can
trying.
see
Nah,
Dub
he in
Baby.
there too. He
I
in
can
there
see
too.
He
Dub
in there
Baby,
too,
but
though.
not Lil
Nah,
Baby.
he in
See,
there
Dub
too.
Baby
Lil
actually rap
Baby,
about something though. That's what I like
but
about him. I don't like Dub Baby though.
I mean, no,
But
trust me, I get it. But
hey,
at the
so
same time, he do promote degeneracy, bro. I ain't gonna
but
lie. You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
fact. He
No,
does. He
he
does.
actually talk against
He
it
does.
sometimes. Well,
He
dude, I
do
don't know. I guess I'm
sometimes,
confused on
but
that one there.
I
Because
was gonna
sometimes
say
it seems like he talk against it though.
he
Well,
do
so ultimately,
sometimes.
part of
what we're
being a
saying
rapper is like
is
being a street reporter. But part of being a rapper, a lot of times they're just telling you what's around them and what they see, and they're being honest about it. So I get that part of Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? He might just be talking
But
about what he actually seen and lived.
that's the
but
original.
and
That's the
I get that.
original. That's the
I get
original
that.
form of rap. Until corporations, I keep saying, until corporations fucking morphed it into something that was promoting all this degeneracy because it sold money.
Yeah, but I heard black men understand that this was what was happening 20 years ago. Like, what are we gonna do about it? Like,
Not buying to that
We
shit.
we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to own our
100%.
media. This is what I'm saying. This is the whole point of we have to own our media because we could say that this is not what we want all day long. If individuals are just saying that this is not us, it's not enough. If the media is still being pushed, we have to drown out that media with media of our own. That's the only way it can get drowned out.
the problem is this is a capitalistic society, fam. So I'm afraid that even if we do get a bunch of black men that start owning media companies, they're still going to go with what they know is going to bring them revenue and increase
Like,
their bottom
okay,
line. So we're still
look,
going to have degenerate behavior promoted because they're going to already be in the business to know this is what brings them their bottom line
yeah.
higher.
So wait,
Hang
let
on,
me
hang
get
on.
into like,
I actually disagree with the whole thing now. So I'm thinking
nah,
about
I
it.
don't.
No.
Hang on. Historically, since the Atlantic slave trade, right? We've always been seen in a bad light. The only time we weren't seen in a bad light was before the Atlantic slave trade when we were Moors helping the Europeans out, and Mansa Musa, being the richest man, stuff before the Atlantic slave trade. After that, we've always been seen in a negative light. Before the media, before the corporations, it all goes back to the Atlantic slave trade.
Actually, even though
Told you.
actually it was also before that as well, because when like Europeans came to the country before they even colonized, and they like observed like the Native American people or the African people, when they looked at them, they thought that they like when they saw them dancing and stuff, they thought that they were worshiping demons. So like, I mean, it's kind of always been that way because they didn't understand what they were doing though.
But it's
Um, but I want to say this though, real quick. As far as like the music thing, so I'll give you like a personal anecdote. I have a friend, so me and him, we both used to rap together or whatever. Me and him, like straight in, like the same conversations that we are having right now, he used to have. And then when he was making music about uplifting the community and trying to do better by our women and all of that stuff, he saw he wasn't getting nowhere. But then he started making songs about doing drugs, getting high, doing this, doing that, and he started getting interviews. He started doing shows. He started doing stuff like that or whatever, and like he sold out. He sold out because he realized it would make him more popular. He sold out because he realized it would make him like it would get him more money, get him more views, more notoriety. The problem is like I think the problem with us is we have to fix that issue that we have when it comes to money. Like they wave $1 in front of our face and we start drooling. That's really a main issue in our community because a lot of us come from poverty and nothing. But like, we have to change that because as soon as like some money gets talked about, if you ever notice, you look on social media, you always see black people talking about some, oh, would you do X, Y, and Z for $1 million? And they be like, absolutely. We're too quick to sell out. So I think that's also another problem. That's why you have these things still being promoted. Just saying.
All right, hold up real quick. Go ahead, babe.
oh my gosh. You always catch me off guard. I didn't know I was next. Okay.
I thought you were trying to slip in. I heard you try to talk.
I did, but then I let it slide. Oh dang! Now I forgot what I was trying to say,
Just
but
let me know. Let me know.
oh well, okay. I had one point. I was just like, okay, well, why don't we promote all the the YT degeneracy? Equalizer.
We
It's
do.
it's gonna fall on deaf ears because they're gonna just counteract with it and say you do majority of this, you do majority of that, you actually lead in this, so it's gonna fall on deaf ears.
Oh, I think if you just don't say anything, but
But you know, oh, sorry, go ahead, Rachel. Sorry.
no, with the media thing though, I think we need to let that go. I think honestly, we need to stop thinking so much about what people think they know about us, and we like Mac. A whole bunch of us have said like it's personal accountability and starting with your families
Yes.
and spreading out the change. Like who cares? Like they're always gonna think what they want to think. Like, and if we keep answering to it, then that's what it is. That's what frustrates me also about like when Black women get upset when certain men talk negatively about them and then they give them energy. You keep giving negativity energy, and of course it's gonna flourish. That's what they want. They want that attention. They want that energy, and we just keep giving it to them, and it's so annoying.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what they want. Is they want that energy back. I don't know how many situations I've been in where, for example, I make good money, and I drive a brand new Toyota Tundra, and I was going to the car wash, and I had this white tee guy come up to me who was running the car wash, and he goes, "Hey, is this your truck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's my truck." He's like, "Are you sure it's your truck?" I'm
Wow.
like, "What do you mean by that, man?" He's like, I don't think that's your truck, bro. Like, looks way too fancy for you. That those microaggressions, right? But you know, it's my truck at the end of the day, and I know it's my truck, and I make good money, so I didn't give a fuck.
No, he was purposely just trying to disrespect you. As another man, you picked up on that instantly, I'm sure.
Yeah, I picked up on it, but he was expecting him to crash out, you know, make a scene or whatever. But I didn't give that shit back to him.
Yeah, I think out of everybody, I ain't trying to be like that though. But the best answer I get was from Mac. I love that accountability. You already see the room is called accountability room. I love that answer right there. That's what this whole topic is kind of. I'm trying to get people to base it around though. Like at the end of the day, we can make the change. It ain't about the outside. It ain't about all these other things, and it's all about what we doing with what we know right now. That's the real thing. That's why I don't like
And I
keeping.
think
I have a
first
question.
I
Dang
think
my gosh! Yeah,
I
I
have
know
a
y'all be
fucking
hearing people
question.
talking. I'm gonna get Warlock in right there because I know you ain't say nothing though. But
I
dang,
was
I
trying
just
to
gotta
offer a
finish.
solution.
Huh?
We here,
What?
and Kev, you already know where I'm going because you know I despise that A word like a
May I
motherfucker.
finish? May I finish though?
Oh, you not done?
Yeah, I wasn't done. I literally got cut off earlier.
Oh,
And
all
then
right, go ahead,
somebody
go
got
ahead,
cut
go
off.
ahead, go
But
ahead.
but no, I was just saying that the base. He's getting to the. Here go Mary about to be funny. I see you
But
already.
Kev,
I knew I said why. But no, I'm about to say Mac is kind of getting to the main. I had to follow him off that too though. He getting to the main thing I'm trying to get to about this whole topic, man. Like I said, people gonna realize we the change, man. It's not everybody else. It's about, and once we view it that way and realize how much control we do have. We always talk about what we don't have control of, but we got plenty of control to change ourselves, and we don't want to look within that though, and that's the issue. But I love what Max said. So he went into my book when it came to that. He didn't say the A word already, but hey, let's get it. But go ahead, Warlock.
All right, so you know how much I despise that fucking A word,
Accountability.
and here's why. Because we often talk about that A word like it's a miracle cure to shit, right? What you first have to understand, the vast majority of motherfuckers aren't even freaking responsible for the shit that they do, to say the things that they say and how they act. So if you have a motherfuckers that doesn't even want to be responsible for that shit, how can you expect them to be that A word? That's where
Yeah,
we
that
fuck up at. What you
I
say,
can.
Matt?
No, I was gonna say I can answer that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Give
Hey,
me a brief answer because I wasn't done. But go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll mute.
and
No,
also
no,
look,
I don't
Warlock.
want
I
you to
want you
lose
to
your
look
fucking
up the
thought. Go ahead.
definition of what accountability means, and then you basically saying the same thing. Even though you don't like the word, but just look at the definition of accountability.
Semantics.
Them,
Say
them,
what
them
you
You're right.
No.
Because you can literally
We
tie
not.
those
No,
in
we're not
together.
doing this shit. No, we're not doing this shit today.
So
No,
you don't like it, and
no.
responsibility is within
Hold
the
on.
accountability.
Whoa. Stop. I know what the fucking definitions are. I'm looking at how people are using the shit.
Okay, I got you.
This is why I hate the fucking word.
I got you. Yeah, I get you.
Who used it out of context?
I
No,
agree
he's
with
talking about the majority, and I could get him. I understand what he means.
no, I agree with Warlord. Like in the military, you're supposed to be accountable for people who committed an infraction before they even committed the infraction, and then everyone's being punished for it.
Yeah.
But that's a form of
So
accountability.
let me finish what I was saying real quick. Responsibility should always come before. And I know motherfuckers gonna say, no, I can't get it, and all that shit.
No, that's not a lie. That's not a lie.
However, if I'm responsible for what I say, if I'm responsible for what I do, and if I'm responsible for how I act, I am more likely to put the A word because I understand that I fucked up. Now, if you got somebody that doesn't care how they act, how they look, how they feel, what they say, how are you supposed to? Because the A word is something within self. You can't hold nobody that fucking A word. You can hold them responsible for their actions, but that A word comes from within self. So that's why I say when you talking about, well, we need to hold XYZ, that A word, I'm like, how the fuck are you supposed to do that? You can hold them responsible for their actions, but the A word has to come from within self. And if they're not the responsible, how do you think they're gonna hold themselves that A word? They won't. So you gotta find the responsible people, the ones that take the charge when they do shit. And you can work with those, but the ones that don't, there's no way in hell that you can hold them A word for shit. And those are the motherfuckers that you need to throw in the damn ditch and leave behind, because not everybody can fucking go.
I agree with that.
I land on that.
I agree with that. Well, I just wanted to offer up a solution to you, fellas. Um, yeah, and I do want to agree with Warlock. Yeah, everybody can't go. That's one of our biggest problems. We try to save everybody. No other people do that. They know the other people that just are gonna be where they are. So I do want to say like one solution that I would like to offer up is that when I'm saying accountability, I'm saying like I think it's nothing but men up here. I think a woman. So not trying to be like, whatever about the gender stuff. But as men, like I think the one thing we can do is to like hold like, make the change with our families and make sure we don't repeat cycles individually with our families. If every man does that, then that right there I think will make it better for our race.
I agree. I think a lot of that you got to understand what your generational traumas are and try to break past those.
Yeah, but I think I think we be trying to reach a lot of people that are already lost, and most of the people once you hit a certain age, they are who they are. But there's still a bunch of kids. It's still 14 and 15-year-olds. We got cousins, we got nieces, we got children, we got sons and daughters. Like if we take accountability, and we can hold those people that are younger than us that are in our family accountable, especially as grown men. So if we can do that and make the change with our family, if every man starts to try to adopt that mentality and philosophy and tell that to other young men in training, then I don't see how that couldn't fix at least half our problems.
Yeah, I agree, and I would say as someone that makes over 200K a year, there's been plenty of people I had to leave behind because they just don't share the same values that would show progress anymore. They're still trapped in stagnant mentalities, and ultimately living my life, I've had people, white, black, Hispanic, come up to me and see how I live my life on social media. Where like today I went to church and stuff, and with my family and 4 kids, and went to Waffle House and posted some pictures of that. Just every once in a while I'll do that. But I got people come to me and say, "Man, you're living a good life. Like you're living like how God intended." Or they're saying, "I want to be like you," and stuff like that. I think if we have more black men, just taking the time, if they're doing good in life and promoting themselves like that to other black men, young black men, they see that there's a different way. You don't have to do it the stereotypical way.
Okay, I really do have a question. And I think this is gonna be the last time that I talk about this fucking A-word shit. Somebody, please tell me how you can hold somebody else that A-word.
You can't.
Boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean,
You
like I
can.
said, I think it starts with the people that, like you said, it starts with the people that you're responsible for. So I think it's a waste of time, you know, sometimes with some of our messages to grown as 20 and 30 something year old people that's clearly a reflection of the choices that they made already. We see why
No,
your life is the way it is. Like,
that's not necessarily true because even in the military, white, black, blue, or brown, you got soldiers that know what they're supposed to do, yet they still go and do stupid stuff, and yet you're still held accountable for those people. Like, how am
That's
I
true.
supposed to?
No,
How
you
do I
are
know
held
that this
accountable
guy's?
it's
That's
by
How
that
do I?
very
How do I
token.
know this soldier's gonna go beat up his
This is
wife?
what I mean by we take shit and make it. Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I said this before. I think people use that word because it's a long ass word. It's got so many letters, and motherfuckers don't have a whole lot of words in that vocabulary to use, so they use that shit. All right, it's just as easy. You can only hold yourself responsible. You can hold other people responsible for their actions. They have to hold themselves that fucking A-word. You cannot do that for them or to them. You can hold them responsible for their shit, but only they can be that A-word for themselves. I don't know why
What's
motherfuckers
the
want to use that big ass
I,
word
what's
I
the
agree with
and
you.
difference
all of
though?
that
Like,
shit.
let me ask
You're
this
just
though.
calling
But
the
you're just honing in
Hold on real
on one
quick.
word. In the
yeah, it's
black
not that
community, we
simple.
misuse cool
Hold on
words
real
all the
quick. Let
time.
me. Yeah, right.
It's just
But
a
I'm gonna
word.
say this then. So, what's the difference between holding and being?
Are you asking me?
Yes, if you hold somebody accountable and you be accountable, what are the? Is that the same exact thing?
If no, to hold somebody is somebody else doing it. To be is you doing it to yourself.
Right. So that
That's
I
what we're
think that's where
promoting.
that term come in from because somebody else, like when people say, which I use this with the same thing with cousins. I said it's no different when you hold someone to their word. You can't make nobody be their word, but you can hold them to it. So it's basically just bringing awareness to the situation. That's up to them to accept it.
Okay. Y'all can keep using the word the way y'all want.
Right.
That's
In,
fine.
in, in the
Yeah, but there's
context, the
no
way I was using,
specific way though, because like
It
we get
makes
to.
sense.
Yeah.
in the context, the way I was using the word accountability, I was saying that, like he said, we need to be like it's individually on each of us. So it wasn't more so about, oh well, hold this random stranger on the internet accountable. Like we obviously know, like I mean, we're all smart guys up here. Like we understand that. It's more about, this is a conversation of, hey, black man, we all need to be accountable. If each one of us holds accountability for ourselves, how could we not fix half these problems?
Well, how do you hold people accountable
Facts.
who do not care about it?
I said hold yourself accountable. We're talking about self.
Okay,
It's the
well,
same
that's
thing
what
as
I'm
when we
saying. That's what I'm saying though.
calling
If
out
the
bad
person doesn't care
behavior,
about being held,
It
calling
really
out
That's what
bad
I'm
starts with your
saying. It
behavior.
start
family
with your
though.
family.
Who said it started with your
We don't.
family? Bro, I remember. Hold on, I remember I had a real conversation with the women in my family. Bruh, it brought some of them to tears, bro. Like I, I was going in. Y'all bunch of single moms. Y'all out here doing
It's
this.
a
Y'all out here
family
doing
business.
that. Y'all leaving y'all kids here and there. I'm like, bro, I was going in on them. I had to be real with them so we could get
Yes.
some change in the family. None of y'all are fucking married. I said it all. I said it to all of them. None of, yes, y'all been married, but none of y'all are fucking married. Y'all are bad. I was like, y'all are a bad representation. Yes, y'all holding it down. Y'all raising kids by yourself and shit. But that shit need to stop. I was like, y'all need to change this shit for y'all kids. I had a real conversation with the women in my family. None of the men wanted to really stand up and really have a conversation about it. Let's talk
And
about it.
that's the problem.
Let's change this family dynamic.
At the end of the day, when we host lives, talking about P Diddy and freaking what you call it, Jerry Spring, all that stuff or whatever, that's still a form of holding somebody accountable. We just can't make nobody. Or if we want to say, okay, let's do this, then let's say use that word. Then we're bringing awareness to something. You know what I'm saying? They might not be aware themselves, but we're gonna bring awareness to the world about this person that ain't aware to themselves. So it's up to them to be aware, but it's not gonna stop other people from calling out or calling out the awareness to other people and stuff. So that I don't know. That's just how I view it. That's a different word, maybe another A word we can then use. Then if we don't like accountability, I guess.
Well, I think the good brother, I forgot which one of them said it, but when he gave us the example of in the military, how he said, you know, even before somebody even could uh, cause have an infraction or whatever, everybody held accountable. Like I think that's a good thing because that's like we don't do that. We don't do that enough. Like we need to bring back shame. Like if we all knew, like, hey, if certain stuff happened, my whole community would shame me. It would be a lot less bad behavior. So I
Yeah.
think sometimes that might be a good thing. Like hopefully this could be the thing that makes us stand up and be like, hey, like something has to change.
It
So
was
I'm
it's,
gonna
it's
say this
what
though,
I
because I
said.
used to say this about, and I'm gonna let my baby go. I seen her, but I about to say that with the shame thing, right? I'll be saying that though, but I want to kind of make it specific though, because I don't think we should shame people. We should just shame their behaviors and stuff. And I think that's the big difference, because I think a lot of times we tend to be calling people out their name and all. Because me as me trying to be a better person, I'm like, yeah, that ain't right. You know, calling people out their name and all this extra stuff, whatever. But these behaviors, yeah, we should shame behaviors and shame a certain type of lifestyles and stuff. That way, you know that because I look at, if you don't shame something, then you're accepting it. You know what I'm saying? Which we notice that a lot of
And
people
then
be accepting these
enabler,
things. Yeah, enabling it. Yep, that too. Yep. So I just wanted to specify that we should bring back shame on behaviors and stuff. I don't
bad
want to say
behavior.
shame.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
When you look at like the Indians and the Asians, that's what they do. They shame that stuff, man. You come over there in their community on some BS, they gonna shame you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I think that we should, on a similar topic, like we should focus more on education than just sports. Like, as a black father, I have three boys, and I got them tutors and stuff because I want them to be more focused on school and then sports. Because I think in the black community, we're so focused on the way out is through sports. But I think if you go to school is super easy. I wish I went a lot sooner, but I think if we focus on making sure our kids get a good
I just thought
education.
about it. What's my baby supposed to go? That was crazy. I just thought about that. Hold
Oh
up.
my bad.
But no, hold up. Before she go to, I thought about one more thing before she go, and for sure she going next. Okay, I was about to say, according to what Warlock said, that logic, right? I was thinking about when he said we can hold people responsible, that according to what he's saying, we can't do neither one then, because just because we hold somebody responsible, that don't mean they gonna be responsible either. You know what I'm saying? We can say, hey, you doing this, but that don't mean guaranteed that they're gonna be responsible right afterwards. So I look at it that if we can hold somebody responsible, we can hold them accountable. It's the same thing. That's just up to them to accept it from that point, but it don't guarantee it, but it don't stop us from forcing awareness on something or forcing responsibility on something. Otherwise, that's up to them to accept it on either one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you could do both. You could literally do both. One of them is just calling it out. One of them is just actually making somebody pay for what they did, which is making them responsible. But that don't guarantee they're going to be a responsible person from that point, or just or they don't guarantee that they're going to be accountable. But go ahead, Rachel.
Sorry. Yeah, no, when he was speaking about bringing back shame, or people thinking about the shame that they bring to their families or whatever, I think that is a good point. A lot of other cultures, they raise up their children to consider how what they do outside of the home is going to affect the family name. I take my name very serious, because it's going to be attached and it's going to precede me and everywhere I go. I know even in the military, they know a certain thing about me and it travels. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think I just wanted to say that's a good point. And I think other cultures place emphasis on uh the family name.
Man, okay. But I think, and so that's to go, trying to go again. But I ain't hear Sean say nothing though. Sean, what you got for me? Yeah, put you on the spot.
I'm listening for now.
Nah, you listening? You do just. I know. All right, for sure. All right, that's good. I guess whoever was saying something there. Now Warlock was tuning me out whole time on T-Cut when I explained. That's crazy word. That's probably why we keep getting into it.
What you say?
You didn't hear nothing I said earlier, did you? When I
No, because I
that's
told you I'm
messed
up at
up.
the field, man. The daggone soccer games yesterday.
He just
I
say
told you I was
something and
hanging
I
out.
then
said all that for nothing. That's
gone.
crazy word. I'm gonna say it over again. I said earlier. I said that according to the logic, what you were saying that you can hold people responsible but not accountable. I said I think I would say and I would say according to that you can't hold people responsible either because you can make them pay for whatever they did and call them responsible, but that don't make them that don't mean they're going to be responsible themselves. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it that when you hold them to it right, you might not be able to. It's like just like I said, the accountability part is more of the call out or the bringing the awareness to. That's what that part is. Responsible is the action right behind it. So
Good
you,
game, fellas.
yeah,
Yes, sir. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm
That
talking to
man
you.
ain't listening, Kev.
no, I know he haven't have. I know he haven't have. He but no, I was just saying. According to that, that mean that you can't do neither one of them. But I believe you can do both of them though. Like I said, one of them is the call out, and one of them is actually the action. But
I wanted to say something to that last dot that you had up there. Our ancestors were able to do more with less, and we tend to do less with more. And why? And I think that too is just because, like we said, like we had a idea. We moved as a unit, and like you said, we would shame things altogether. I mean, most people aren't religious, but I grew up in Georgia in the South, and it was heavy Christian. So you know what I'm saying. So they would shame you for a lot of the 304 activity, all of that stuff, because the church was everything back then. I know that we're not really religious now, but those type of values are still important. You know what I'm saying?
I am. I think it's funny. The funny part is the people that say they spiritual, they still religious because they believe in something. That'd be so
I mean,
funny
I'm
to me.
Christian, but I'm just saying most black
Yeah,
people aren't.
I'm Christian
Yeah.
too though, but that's just so funny though. People be like, "Hey, I ain't believing." Once you say you believe in something, or at least
If you believe in that,
you
yeah, then
religious.
you that's what, yeah.
I had learned that too because I
Hey,
used to be
Kev,
like, I ain't religious, but I never found out I am when I looked at the definition.
they'll say they not religious, but they're spiritual. But the word spiritual is found in the Bible also. So I mean, you can't detach from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell?
That's so funny, man. People be funny though. Anything to get away from it though. But what y'all let me get life in and then we go to open panel, I guess. Or Sean, like you about to say something again? Or go good life.
Yeah, you can let if they
Oh,
want to go, they can go.
I'll be real fast. I'm just gonna touch on something else. Probably not even. Okay, I think just to sum it up, I think the issue that we have in our community, for the most part, is if I only compare black people to black people. I feel like the moment that we go outside of black people, we fucked. So when I compare black people to black people, I could go today's time compared to old times. It seemed as if we were more of a unit of, as far as collective of people, when we were rooted in religion. Now, the further we get away from religion, the worse that we are off. Now, I don't know how anyone can explain the time different because I agree, they had less and they was able to do more, but some people will say today that they didn't really do more, or they'll find a way to discredit our ancestors. So to me, I think the biggest issue is the further away we get away from religion as black people, the worse that our community is getting and the worse that we're getting divided, because you'll have the Arabs, you got people that are Muslim, you got people that are even with the Baptists, you got the Mormons, you got all Moors. We are so divided amongst each other. But when you look at the YT man, whether you're Russian, Ukrainian, or all them other white people, whatever you case want to be, they all fall under that one religion, which is Christianity. We fall under so many goddamn different religions. It's ridiculous to where we are always going to be divided.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, when you bring up religious orders in the black community, right? What was one of the pillars of the church, right? About homosexuals. What did the church specifically do with homosexuals in the black community? If you're a religious person,
I thought you really couldn't be a part of the congregation back then.
or it wasn't out in the open, right? Am I correct?
That's true. That's true also.
If you went to church as a black as a black person, if you went to church right back in the day, because I did, it was out in the open. We knew he was in his tank, so forth and so on. My point being that you live in a different society now. You don't live in that society anymore. So what would the religious aspect give us? What would it grant us? Like, what would be the purpose?
Okay. All right. Number one, I think that's where religious people are messed up, is when you focus on one sin is greater than the other sin. So you can't just well, not you, but most people focus on what people who they team to sleep with compared to you just breaking laws as far as not keeping a Sabbath or whatever the case may be. So one is not greater than the other one. But what I am saying is it gives you some type of structure as black people, right? Right now, we don't have a structure. We don't have like a base or root to begin something on. We can't build a house on a rock. At least Christianity at that time gave us a solid foundation to build some stuff on. We built the Wall Street up on Christianity. We built our black communities with Christianity. We was able to get out of slavery because of Christianity. We had that faith, right? So that faith got a lot of black people through a lot of difficult times. But the first, now, you say, what would it do for us? I can only compare what it done for our ancestors. Them people was able to move mountains under that religion. We can't move a damn thing.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I got a couple of things on this.
You would have to sell me though. Like now, right now, you would have to sell me. If this was your pitch,
Hey,
what would you
Life.
tell me? Yeah.
Life, I know you heard Mac talking. That was crazy. I heard that in
My
the
bad.
background. Yeah,
My
let him
bad,
go.
bro.
Then you go next, brother.
Okay, I just wanted to touch on I think Sean's. I think he said a couple of great things I agree with. Like for one, that I think that like it's too much different religions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most cultures, all of them are just all one thing. And the people that was something else, like they had to either go to war over the land and push them out, or something had to have happened. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't stay here. So I think that's like one of the things. I see more black people arguing about religion. It's whole channels, it's whole streams dedicated to this. Like and nothing about like solutions that like real life solutions that'll work for us. So I think that's part of the problem. And I think like if it's causing more divide than good, simple logic tells me to just remove the thing. That's what that would be my stance on that. And then really another thing about Christianity is like a lot, because I'm 32, so I grew up in the church and grew up a Christian and all that. And it's so many like questions that I had from a boy that just never got answered. And then the more I do research, the more it just doesn't even make sense. They don't
Ask me.
And they don't really stand on nothing. Like at least with the Muslims, you do something like that, they got strict rules of what's about to happen. It's like now anything's been accepted. I see churches flying certain flags and like you know what I'm saying? It's like black men are like not gonna, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think the correlation between like what happened with our ancestors back then up until now it has so much to do about that. I think that's a part of it. I think like where we start seeing everything go downhill is when the black father was removed. And there's so much data and statistics and research like to back that up. Like that's a direct correlation to why we're in the position we're in now. If the black fathers just simply stay in the household, I mean, I know it's not going to be simple, because of what we're up against, but we know that it's not going to be easy. Nobody never said it's going to be easy. So I figure, I think if we can just get that part together and just put the black fathers back in the family, and if that black father, the leader of that household, wants his children to have Christian morals or study from the Bible or whatever doctrine, that's on that man. He's the leader of that home. He can do as he chooses, especially if it's not promoting, if it's promoting the right stuff. So, I feel like that direct correlation with religious and all that, I don't necessarily look at that like a bad thing, that more black people are getting away from it, especially when we know that has been around 4 or 5 thousand years, and we've been here over 100,000 years. So what was we doing for 95,000 years before it showed up? We didn't need nothing like that to tell us how to live and what was right. I think it's inherent.
So, okay, I ask you this, when they say about, because I hear a lot of us, we talk about the move the man out of the house, right? This is how, uh, well, I guess we talking about black men. I'm gonna say at this point, black men choose to be out of the house, and here's how I mean by choose. If by the way of game, you chosen to be loyal to the street into a gang outside of being loyal to your kids. When it comes to addiction, you're choosing a drug, a smug, over the well-being of your child. It's so many different avenues that black men take to not be accountable for their kids and then try to say that society or the YT man took you out of the house. No one came with guns. No one came with pew-pews and was like, hey, y'all gotta get out. Whether it was the black man or the black woman, it was a choice made on both ends. Both are equally guilty of that. So you can't blame the YT man done it, because those same systems that put into place, like the welfare and all those things, YT people had that same option. They chose not to.
I agree with that, and just to be clear, I specifically like never ever gave a reason of why the black man wasn't in the house. I was going to leave that for another conversation for another day. I was just simply, so I didn't never really state my position on why I felt the black man was out the house. I never blamed it on anybody. I don't even believe in blaming, like placing blame like that. You know what I'm saying? I believe in accountability. So I just want to clear that up. I never blamed no system or welfare,
Okay,
nothing
I
like
got you.
that.
I got you.
That's not my position.
I got you. I got where you're coming from. But I do think, uh, I feel like we have a blue. I feel like we have a blueprint of what it takes to have so-called black excellence. I just feel like today's black people don't like the blueprint. So, in just being, if we could, if we could just be honest and say, hey, I don't like what they done in the past. I don't like how they move. Then we could try something different, right? But we're gonna find ways to minimize what our ancestors done, because once again, when you have kids and you struggled in life, what's the goal you want your kids to not go to think, not to do the things that you done and try to prevent them going down the same path that you took, right? Our ancestors laid down the groundwork for us. We refuse to follow it. We want to do our own thing by the way of, oh, you had the Million Man March. You know why the Million Man March and then the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March didn't work? Because you had black men that had all different type of religious beliefs. They had all different type of political beliefs. Now you have the black man and the black woman divided upon feminism, red pill. You got these panders. Everybody has their own agenda to where we could not be on accord. You also amongst each other. If you're a black person that come from the suburbs, you are separated from the black people that grew up in the hood. The black people in the hood will let you know that you're not one of them because you didn't get it out the mud. We are so divided amongst each other. It's a damn shame at this point.
I disagree. I think that within any ethnicity or religious group, they're all broken up. Even Muslims have different sects within Muslims. So
Yes,
you
they
got the
do. Yes,
Sunnis, you got the
yes.
Sunnis, you got whatever else. They're not a monolith. I think that kind of like we've been saying, you got to leave some people behind and find people that have similar values. I just really
Indeed.
hate how we keep on lumping
Indeed.
our success based on how other people within our community are doing.
So
Even,
it's okay. Hold on,
even
hold
the
on, hold on.
age,
Hold on. I'm a little lost on that. Hold on.
even
So
the
it's
age.
okay for us to compare us to other people, but it's not okay for us to compare us to us. Okay, that's strange as hell.
No,
So on
that's
the
not what I
other part,
said.
Nobody
hold
said
on.
that.
That's not what I said. I'm saying that we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to other people. Uh, I think comparison is a thief of joy. Ultimately, when you're stuck comparing us against other races, but you do have black excellence within black communities.
Well, he was
But
saying that the Christian aspect of it, right? If we're gonna be honest, I was raised as a Baptist. Most black people I know were,
yeah,
right? So the Christian aspect of us collectively being Christians, that's what he was saying. So what does it do for us now?
well, if you're saying like that, for Christianity, for us now, I think it's a good thing because it provides a framework of what you ought to do in a lot of situations, like being a part of your family, raising your family, being morally good, and having an objective morality versus being atheist. I don't want to go too off tangent, but like you can take AB or abortion, for example, within the black community. It is so high compared to any other ethnicity in the United States. But if you were to look at the Bible, we wouldn't be doing that. We would be, taking care of ourselves, raising up our children, and
You
going
stand
about
on
it.
that.
What?
You stand on that because most Christians, in this day and age, are the ones getting the abortions. Right? That's a fact. I got the data. That's a fact.
That may be true, but again, when you say Christians, there's
hmm
so many different what's the word? Different
Semantics. That's
no,
semantics,
no, not
sir.
semantics,
But
but
that's the
when
problem with Christianity in
religion
the first place.
when you have a religion that's broken up into many other different religions, I forgot it's not semantics, but like you have Protestants, you have Calvinists, you have Jehovah's Witnesses, Latter Days, but they all call themselves Christians, right? So to say like Christians are doing it at the most, they're literally going against the word of the Bible. Just because you
They
call
are
yourself,
because America, whether we like to admit this or not, America is a Christian nation. It always has been.
yeah, I would agree with you. But to say that you're a Christian but not practice, Christian values and traditions doesn't mean you're a Christian. Just because you label yourself a Christian doesn't mean you're a Christian.
So,
Do
so,
you know
so
what?
what you're saying
Oh,
is that proves the point, right? Once again, this is how it comes down to it. Just because you have some people representing something and they're not following that, what now? How you just had that discernment when you was like, okay, they're not Christians, right? Because they're not following that. People would know that people are not following something, and they call themselves Christian, and you'll still think that they are the representation of their religion when you know that they're not following anything about their religion. So you shouldn't even
that's
attach them
good.
to their religion. So you can't
Yeah.
pick and choose like the same way with how white people look at black people. They'll say certain things about us, right? And they'll attach attach something. They'll attach what a one singular black person does and put it on all black people. So the same way with Christianity, right? We got in today's time where women are saying that men who are believing the Bible is very misogynistic and it's a red flag. How come you just don't take that? You have some good people that claim to be religious. You have some fake people that claim to be religious. Deal with the people that are fake on their own. Don't group them all together.
Well,
That's
we
what
base
people tend
things
to do.
on majority,
Hey,
right?
let me say
Majority
this too,
rules.
though. Let me say this. I like what he just did. That's a fact, man. That boy, that's when me and Sean agree a lot on all that. But I was about to say, even I just want to throw the other one that I like about a lot of people is going off Christian view. Because like even if you look at I think the whole world dang there is. If you look at the calendar, that's Christian views. You know what I'm saying? We going up. You don't see nobody that's got their own little number and stuff. We do a 2000 and what's it 2025 now? What is that?
Ethiopia.
2025 AC. Oh, my bad. I'm saying
AD? Is it 8?
80. Yeah, that's what we based off of. Because otherwise, we don't see people talking about the rest of the years that's passed. You know what I'm saying? So that's how time and all that stuff is based off of like, even though they say it's like the Roman calendar that we use them, but it's
Yeah.
still all Christian
Yeah.
views though. If you just really look at it though.
Yeah. Yeah. They do attribute it to Rome. They say we are the new Rome.
Well,
But again,
what I'm saying within the Christian community, you got plenty of Christians that claim they're Christians, but their whole purpose is to subvert Christians from Christianity. I live in Colorado. They got a bunch of non-denominational churches where they talk about how certain things are definitely a sin is okay. And I'm sitting there. Where can I find a good church?
well,
It's
I
been
don't think you guys understand certain things, right? In the Bible, I come from a long line of preachers, right? In the Bible, it states that women are not allowed to lead the church, right? In today's day and age, women are not going to go for that. They're going to say, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not allowed to lead the church. I can be a pastor,
Do you know
right?
why they weren't allowed to lead in the church?
No, I don't. Tell me.
So the reason that they weren't allowed to lead in the church is because if a woman was to get up and try to lead and she spoke ill of the family, then the reputation of that family would be tarnished. So
And you know what that confirms, and that will confirm more that we know God's intent was for men to lead. Is the reason why he specified that women shouldn't be pastors and stuff. Like if you look at the whole entire Bible, right?
And I was even looking at the comments and stuff, but like I think even though because it's like a lion, right? It's like lions, right? And that's why I said that even animals have hierarchy, all right. So usually they naturally you see the man be the protector and going out doing his thing or whatever, then the mama protecting the kids now, right? But now we live in a world where the mama doing everything and whatever because the father. But then if you see the lion leave, right, that's when she have to play that protection role right after. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not her. That's not her primary thing, right? That's not her primary thing. Overall, like she have to overall be quiet. Overall, the primary thing is that they will first it will be the man, and then it will be after they leave. You see the lioness all of a sudden. They in protecting mode and stuff, but they get back into their position, right? Once the king get back, next minute she's back feminine mode. You know what I'm saying? If you ever noticed that though, but that's why I was saying when we use certain things like saying that women protecting all that stuff. Yes, yeah, of course. I think every human being do it in some type of form though. But overall, we know even though hierarchy itself, right? It's just a primary thing, and it's been like that since animals and us, right? It's just been men the head, and the woman next, then the kids, right? And then you're supposed to be God, but I don't know if animals believe in
My
God.
nigga. There you go, my nigga. Now you're cooking. Let me tell you. Okay. Now, when I bring up women are protectors and providers according to scripture, right? I don't know why men refuse to look at that. Because what and the Bible doesn't, like you just said, the Bible doesn't tell you the difference from how a woman provide and a man provide. It doesn't give you the difference on how a woman protect and a man protect. Society have deemed those roles to men. The scripture does not tell you what is the difference from a woman protection and a man protection. It just say protect, right? So with that being said, you also just proved with the analogy of the animal kingdom is even the male lion is protecting the female lion. The lioness is also protecting at the same time. It's on high alert at all times. It's the same thing. It's not like the lioness just sit back and just relax while the male lion is just dominating. No, everyone is on high alert. The same way
Well,
how
we
if you with
Look,
your
look,
if
we're
the
taught in the
difference
Nation of
is hold
Islam
on,
that
life. The difference is though in today's day and age is woman. That's why I mentioned about the part that when a lion get back home, that lioness go back to their position. They don't sit there and try to fight with they automatically protect their child off rip. They let the lion start fighting. They don't sit there and jump in. Oh baby, my baby getting attacked. I'm about to bite you too. They don't do all that.
I'm
They
gonna
go right
help
to the
him.
kids.
I'm gonna
They go
help
right to
him.
their kids and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But today's day and age, they out of order. And
If he gets shocked up, they leave it alone.
I kind of disagree.
They got a new leader. Look, the lioness is a hunter, right? She goes out and she gets food, right? The male lion sits on his ass all day, to be honest with you. And when it's time for wartime, that's what he do. That's what he programmed for. Hey, we got a
good
problem
point,
with
good
dude.
point,
We got
good
a
point.
problem with buddy and them over here. They bullshitting us, man. We got a problem with them. We trying to get some food. Motherfucker stepped on our toes. He get up, out. Here I come. You ain't got to say nothing else.
I
Here
think
I
that's
come.
why I started this conversation off in the very beginning, saying that we don't got no code like as a people, and I really think it really just comes down to that, because even this conversation is an example of, it's like too much different ideologies, like, what I'm saying, and we spend more time going back and forth over it than like, coming to some solutions.
I would
I think
disagree
it's the
with.
reason. Look, it was the reason why Sean mentioned that earlier. Though the code was
Yeah, I agree with him.
Christian. It was that, but as we strayed more away from that, that's when we start separating. Though, but we don't have a core value that everybody believe in, like back in the day. Though, so that would be today's issue. I get you on that though. But back then we did have a core thing that
I
we all
mean,
believe.
That's
we
all
were
I'm
Christian in
saying.
No,
So
Israel,
how
I,
would
I
it
would
benefit
but
us
then
now?
everybody
disagree.
wasn't Christian
I would
either.
disagree with what Sean was saying when there was no roles depicted in the Bible. The Bible is a parable. Like it doesn't tell you outright what things are, but you kind of follow what people did in the Bible. Like Aaron and his descendants were priests. The women were typically in nurturing roles.
Jesus was a
Home
carpenter.
homemakers and stuff. So it's what they did that defined their gender roles. The men were mostly, or actually all of them were warriors. So like you have these roles that are defined in the Bible by how they did them, how they were conducted. I know it didn't say, hey, this man, he's a warrior or whatever, and this man's a king, this man's leading nations, this man's a prophet, but that's the only part I disagree with.
So when
Well,
you,
no,
okay, hold on, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
So when
'cause
you
I don't
say,
understand what he's saying.
okay, so when you go with nurturers and all those things, right? This is just for me on how I look at the Bible. If it's not in there, you can't add it. That's what pastors do. That's what fake pastors do. And that's what you call prosperity gospel. I get it. If it ain't direct, I just take it for what it is. But for most people, that's where the interpretation shit comes into play, where everybody have their own interpretation of what something means because they don't physically say it. It's not, you can't see it there. They're like, well, I think it mean this. So you apply to that. So therefore, when it come down to us debating scripture, we
Yep.
can't even have a good faith debating conversation because you could read something like when they say provide and protect, you have to show me where does the difference from a provide and protection, because when Kev gave the animal kingdom thing, we say in the scripture says the men are hunters, right? But at the same time, a female lion, a lioness is the one that go out and hunt. So
Oh,
that goes against the whole
exactly.
Bible thing itself.
No,
But
no, 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 no,
in
no.
They
Proverbs,
do
Hang
though.
hold
They
on, hold
are
on.
the hunters.
In
on. We're
Proverbs
talking about
31, in Proverbs 31, it tells the woman exactly what the woman's role
Go
is.
ahead, read it, sis.
Read it. Read the KJV if you can.
I got it.
no, not
Okay,
the
gotcha.
KJV. It's been compromised.
Shit, everything been compromised. Come on, man.
Just let her read it, brother.
Oh, I have to pull it up. Wait, I have to pull it up on my tablet because I have it on my phone. And when I dip
what's the
out,
what it? Hold on, let me see something real quick. Where my phone at?
It
What's
says
and
a
the?
believe
wife
me, it
gets
says
up
nothing
and
about
provides for her
protection.
house. She
Yeah,
gets up and
I
provides for
cannot
her
lie. She
house and
came
she
back in
take care of
right in
her
time. You
servant.
know, we back at it again. We always somehow get back to the Bible
but
every time.
somehow, some way.
Every time, I swear. So you said what was the
Well, while she's
Proverbs.
looking up, can I respond to Sean real quick?
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is that if it may not say it outright, I'm not saying that you should like dig deep and say, "Hey, so it didn't say outright, therefore it's not there." What I'm saying is that if you have a story that outlines a father and a mother, and the father is living a specific type of life as a hunter, gatherer, whatever you want to say, but it's typically a masculine role, and the woman's living a role that is definitely feminine by the story that's being told, you could literally ascertain and understand the gender roles that were set forth in that scenario. Men were warriors, women were not. Men were. Did it say all men and women were warriors? No. We saw that in the stories, in the parables of the Bible, all men were warriors, women were not.
Okay, cool. So this is where you lost me a little bit. When you use masculine and feminine and then you put those in the biblical times, that didn't exist. That's just something that's new here in today's time as far as roles, right? But you also
No.
had women in Bible who prayed over their husbands, right? You also have, when you say women are more nurturers and all of these things, right? When you hear about who describe love and how love move and how love is powerful, the Bible is talking about men expressing love, not women. Men. So that goes against what people say in today's time about women are the nurturers and all of these things. Men are the ones who are in the Bible expresses the love the most, not women.
The Bible expects everybody to show love.
No,
But
it
as
talk
we
about men loving. It talk about
but
No,
men
it does.
love.
but
It
as
does not, because the story of Cain and Abel debunks what you just said. The Bible does not teach that.
we can't
You
use the
talking
Old
to me or
Testament.
you
But we
talking
know
to you
men made
talking to
up,
me?
men the one that
No,
gave
no,
women
not you,
feminine
brother.
roles.
Because he was saying that the Bible depicts a story of love. It does not. It doesn't. It's very specific.
What?
Most of the Bible is related to men. It's
Exactly.
very specific.
Okay, can I just read the Proverbs 31:10?
Yeah. And I know what you're reading too, so you better read it right. Come on. Let's go.
All
KJV, let's
right.
go.
Yeah, I used to be a reader in my church. Now listen close.
Man, we ready? Come on.
A wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships, bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her
But
hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Sorry, y'all. Something is blocking my dang on screen. Dang. The thing is blocking my
that
screen.
that was good enough. Now,
Yeah,
can
there's
you read
nothing
that
about
part about the
providing.
earnings? Can you read
Huh?
that part about the earnings again?
Nah, Sean. We was talking about how you was trying to make a woman to be the protector.
No, 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 no. Hold on. Wait on. I want you to pay attention, because I'm gonna speak on that, but it's also something that people need to pay attention to. It says she did what with her earnings?
All right. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard.
So she made money.
Yeah, ain't nobody saying she shouldn't. What?
But when people talk about provide, they don't talk about a woman providing. And people say it's in the house. She had money coming in. She was a provider. She had money coming in and say what she do with her earnings. Pastors don't talk about that. Women don't talk about women out there being providers and bringing money into the house
Well,
also.
no. Well,
That's disingenuous because,
no.
like,
She's
you
How
can
the
it.
have
fuck
a
that's
wife that
disingenuous?
makes.
Nah,
Because
it doesn't say she's supposed to do it. It just says that from what she earned, that's what she's doing. She's, making more food for the family.
yeah, like my wife, she has a bakery. She's not making hundreds of thousands of dollars, but she will make some food and sell it.
See, now y'all
And
adding. See, that's what I'm saying. Like this is selective Christianity right here. A selective Christian. If it says that now she just read a role of a wife. A wife. You can't pick and choose what earnings mean and what provide means in this scenario. It said that what she do with her earnings. It says she gets up and provides for her house. And it also talk about she have earnings that come into that house. You can't take that away and talk about your wife having a bakery. It don't
No,
matter
does
what it is, she
does
got income.
it says,
earnings
wait, hold
does
on. It says she gets up while it's still night. She provides food for her family. And I don't know where she got up to do earnings.
No. I didn't say she got up to do earnings. It's
Uh-huh.
telling you when you read first, when you kept going down, it
Mm-hmm.
told you what she did with her earnings. In order to have earnings, what is that?
Yeah, she
She
made
made
money.
money.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so give me the one where it say a man's provide and it say that a man have earnings.
I mean, could that not mean that she was getting earnings from her husband or something like that? Does it necessarily
That's
mean
not
she's
what
working?
that's not what it says though. I agree with you, but that's not what it says, brother.
Right,
It
Sean,
don't
but
say that.
you're also creating your own narrative.
That what
Like
yeah.
that what I'm saying.
like
How?
you mad at other
I'm
people
going
for
off what the
creating a
scripture
narrative,
says.
but
I'm not adding nothing.
yes, you
No, the
are.
You're
difference
You're
is
adding your
I'm not
interpretation.
adding
you're
nothing.
saying she definitely went to work.
Yeah, it doesn't say
No,
that
no.
that she
Hold,
earned
but
that,
let
that
me
she.
let me say something really quick. You gotta be very careful with the adding and subtracting versus interpretation. Okay? There's a thing called interpretation. So when you're interpreting a meaning of something does not necessarily mean that you're taking away or adding. To take away means that I would say that virtuous woman that you're talking about, I will subtract that from the scripture and say that the 304 is the one that is favorable among all the daughters in the land. That's a takeaway because that ain't what the word said. And we can't even interpret that to say that they're saying that that 304 is that. That's what adding or subtractive means. What you're talking about, Sean, is the essence of what interpretation is, or interpreting something. You're not talking about adding or taking away. We're just interpreting what the scriptures say in terms of what the virtuous woman was doing with her money. Did she provide for the household? Absolutely. But she is not the only, she is not the primary. This is the reason why in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 20, the scripture does also say that that man is the one that lays down his life in nourishing, which I agree with you when you said nurturing. You're absolutely right about that, because the word nurturing or nourishing is also a derivative of nurture. So you're right about that. I agree with you with that. You're right, right? But that didn't add or take away. That is just an interpretation, or right, a different meaning of of what that means in the word. That's all that is. So you got to be very careful when you say you're adding or taking something away. No one's taking anything away. We're just interpreting what the scriptures say, because I have the ability, and so do you, to have the logical or analytical skills to be able to understand what that interpretation is without taking away or without adding
Okay.
something to it.
Can I? Okay, I like what you
Okay,
said. Is it?
TT.
Hold on. I like what you said, but this is where I know I said you got the interpretation and you got interpolation,
You
right?
always got a but.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a but. Yeah. When we talk about the scripture, you got to debate your cause, right? So when it says that this book is not up for private interpretation, right?
All
So
right.
that and it said also those who believe on me, as the scripture has says, right? So
That's
I
right.
can't add, I can't. So if I'm reading something, right, and it
Yes.
says that a woman has earnings, all
Right.
I know, and I'm gonna take it for face value. Earnings is she has some type of income. I'm leaving at base level. That's it. She has some type of income. She made some type of money that's coming in that
But
house.
who
I don't know
said
if
it
she
was
went out and
money?
worked.
But who said it was money?
That's a good
And who
point.
said she worked for it? Her husband could have been giving
Hold
it
on,
to her as for being a
but
good wife. Gave her
but
allowance
but
or something.
but
But
y'all,
see, I'm
but you
doing
hold
to
on,
you, I'm doing to
wait.
you what you're
Hold
doing
on.
to us, Sean.
No, I
You,
gotta finish though. I gotta finish my point. I gotta finish my point. What I'm saying is I'm not looking at all the different ways how she could have got that earnings. All I am saying is when it say what she do with her earnings, people could
okay.
say, is it money or whatever the case may be. My point I want to bring up is the woman has some type of income. Now we can't sit here and say providing for the man is income, and then when a woman is providing and it says her earnings, we saying that's not income. I'm saying we can't be selective on when it talks about like submissive, right? When it say a wife should submit to her husband, and then later on it says that wives, it say husband and wives submit to one another. People don't really, people can't explain that. Men can't
It
explain
don't say
what it's
that
like
though. It don't say
to
that husband and wife
submit.
submit to one
No, no,
another.
no, no. It say submit to one another.
I
Yeah,
thought it
but it
said
don't
submit
say
to your
husband
wife
and wives do
as you
that.
submit to God. I thought
But
that's what it
also,
said.
but it's another scripture that says submit to one another, and
That
just
said
prove my
right
point.
But
before
you
that.
have to understand something. But see, let me explain something. This is where y'all get things mixed up sometimes. When you deal with the word, you have to deal with the word in terms of historic example or historic historic
Yeah, at the
need.
time. At the
Hold
time
on,
it was
hold on,
written.
hold on, hold on. Let me finish. You have to talk about what happened at that time. When you are dealing with Paul, you got to understand something about Paul. Some of those letters that he wrote to those churches, he was not present, he was in prison. He was in jail without the bail, okay? So when he was talking or addressing the church of Ephesus, which is the book of Ephesians, he was correcting some things in the church. And every epistle that he wrote, there was a correction that was being made because they were asking questions about, okay, Paul, you the apostle, you set up these churches in this area. Now, how do we run this? Well, this happened, Paul. What should we do? Blah, 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 blah. And then Paul will say, okay, look, this is how it goes. Husbands, you lay down your life for your wife. That's what you do. You cherish her, you nourish her, and give yourself for her like Christ did the church. Now, you wives, I don't want to hear your mouth. Submit and respect your husband. And then to the congregation, submit you one to another. That means that we're working together for a common goal. So you got to understand, he was talking to the body of Christ, but he also addressed an issue between husbands and wives, right? And then he encompassed the entire body. So when he says submit ye one to another, he was not talking about wives and husbands. He was talking about the church, how we supposed to act
Correct.
Amen.
with each
That's
other.
correct.
Amen. Amen. And you know what else? That is a perfect scenario of how we can fix it today.
So okay,
That's
okay,
right,
okay,
because even
okay.
in the court system, you're not married to the judge, you're not married to the police officer, but you better submit to what?
So
Authority. Because
okay,
in
so let
Romans, hold on, because in Romans chapter 13, the Bible talks about the governments that God set in order. In chapter 13, Romans chapter 13, you gotta mute up, Sean. Hold on one second. You gotta remember when the word talks about in Romans chapter 13, verse 1, he talks about government. And he talks about whosoever should disobey or not be under the authority or respect the authority, that is the governments that God put in place through man, right? You will be scolded if you don't. So just look at when you disrespect an officer and he take that baton and knock you across your back. Well, you deserve that because you did not submit. And if you read the book of Philemon, it talks about how people submit to their bosses, you know, their parents, you know, children, you know, obey or honor your parents. You know what I mean? Those type of scriptures. It talks about all of that. So you cannot just take some of the word. That's why cross-referencing is very important when you study in the word. You have to do cross-referencing because the Bible says you need to interpret the word by precept upon precept and line upon line. This book is not just, look, this book is amazing, but it's a mystery at the same time, and it is work. You have to examine the scriptures. That's what the Bible says. Examine yourselves, or read the scriptures and learn of me. Not just read it, but you have to carefully study the word, rightly dividing the word of truth to be able to defend yourself whenever you need to in terms of the faith that you represent. So when we talk about submission, that there is nothing in the Bible where it says that man is submitted to a woman. Even if you go over to 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1 through 4, the first verse that it says in the first scripture in 1 Peter chapter 3, it says, wives, obey. Now he said, obey and submit. Oh my God. It is nowhere in the word where God is telling men through, you know, or the apostles or anybody is telling a man to submit to a woman. It is not even natural. That's why our black men, let me tell you something about y'all. The ones that's not simping. The men that are walking in their purpose and that are awakened to the Most High, you cannot, they're not submitting to you. You're not going to just tell them what to do, but they will honor you as the woman who is the counselor of this king. She is his counselor. She is his advisor when he needs her to be. He has enough humility and common sense to understand that my wife is my counselor. I come to her for her wisdom when I need it. That's how you bring that together. So even when you talk about a woman providing, I don't take that away from you either, Sean. I agree with you. We do provide certain things. We also even provide certain kinds of protections for our men. So I agree with you. However, just because I'm on the job and I do my supervisor's work for a day don't make me the supervisor. It just makes me the person that's doing something in a certain role for a limited time, but not the main character. I'm just the co-pilot, right? I'm just the co-supervisor. I'm just the helper for that time, fulfilling a role while that supervisor that is really running this is not there. But that does not mean that I'm the supervisor. It just means that I have some of the same skills that main supervisor has. So when you look at Timothy, when you look at the book of Timothy, Timothy said, the man that doesn't take care of his family is worse than an infidel. are worse than the unbeliever. So ultimately, it don't matter what she bring in the house. That's why y'all men keep telling women, we don't care about your finances. Now the Bible proves that. Now, am I adding or am I taking away or am I interpreting the wisdom of the Bible? The Bible is saying, look, brother, if you don't take care of your wife and your kids, you worse than an infidel. If you don't take care of your family, you're worse than an infidel, right? So check this out, Sean. I'm gonna be quiet. If you was married to me and we didn't have no food in the house, so we was short on rent, and I called my mama and I said, Mom, you know, we don't. Can I get like $500 until the end of next month because you know we kind of short. Well, where's Sean at? Where your husband? That's the first thing they gonna say. You know why? Because you are the man of the house. You're solely responsible. And if you don't take care of it, the Bible says you worse than an unbeliever. God does have an onus on man to carry that burden regardless of what that woman make. That's why y'all keep saying, we don't care about y'all finances. God put that in y'all intentionally. Y'all don't look for us to provide like that, but you do look to us to provide you sex. You do look for us to provide you, smecks. You do look to us to provide respect. You do look to us to provide you loyalty. You do look for us to provide you food, take care of your children. Sorry, y'all, about that word, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Intimacy, right? You do expect for us to provide certain things. And then sometimes, yeah, go and get your money, baby. But you ain't asking me for it. I'm just providing for the house because I can, because I should. You know what I mean? But you ain't requiring me to do that. You're not requiring me to do that. I'm just doing that because I'm just got some skills. That's all. That's how that works. It's nothing being taken away. Nothing is being added. It's the interpretation of what the Bible is saying and speaking to the church. Basically, overall, that man, he is the head of household. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. Who is the head of the household? The head of the household is the man. Christ, God is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of the man, and the man is the head of the wife. And the wife, she take care of them children. That's how that go. It's all order. Nothing's taken away. Nothing's being added. All interpretation. And if I would say that the interpretation is correct based on the revelation that is clearly there, line upon line, precept upon precept. That's all.
Well, I gotta tell you this, TT. Go to bed. And I'm gonna tell you. So.
You is so late because
I know you did. But I want to say this.
I already told you supposed to be going
You did.
to
You did. I am about to go to bed too in a couple minutes, though. I ain't gonna lie. But I was about to say this, and Sean about to be next, though. So this what Sean, this what you. I know this is what you doing, though. Because I think throughout the whole Bible, we realize that majority of the time, men usually be the leaders, and the woman usually be the one that's it. So you happen to find a couple scriptures where the woman is actually providing and providing and whatever the other one is. What I'm trying to think of. Providing. I don't even know if they're leading though, but providing. You found you a couple scriptures, but that's just like that's almost like saying that we know majority of the time the Bible promotes monogamy, and then that's like you using a couple kings and stuff where they have multiple wives and stuff. So it's like we know what the primary thing is that the Bible want us to kind of follow, but when we take out the couple things and then try to make it seem like that's the whole thing, and we that's why we can't kind of do that, because we realize, like I said, overall we see throughout the whole Bible, majority of the time man has always been the leader. They've been a leader, then the woman will follow, and for the most, it always been like that, and the woman will take care of the kids. It just always has been like that. But that's what it seemed like you're doing. You just going to the scriptures that shows or to prove that women provide and protect. I don't think they never said they didn't. But it's just like we know our primary role. That's why I was mentioning about because we can't use lions, but any other animals and stuff. They usually, most of the time, they play their role innately. The crazy part about it, they do it through natural. The man off rip be the ones that's out there hunting and doing all this other stuff or whatever. I guess except the lions, and then the woman will be sitting there protecting their children and all that stuff, their cubs and all the other stuff, and then when the man leave the house, then she got to protect the whole house and stuff. It's just been like that through even nature.
Okay, can I just ask me a question, right? And here's the difference. I'm not saying a woman is a sole provider. All I was bringing up is provide. That is it. That simple, right? So when she say you got to divide and precept must be read up on precept, once again, who's to say that I have not done all of those things, which I've read it several times, that I still just come up with a different conclusion than her? Just like most of us will come up with our own different conclusion. But the difference is, I think my way is right. She think her way is right. None of us is going to come to a scripture and have the same ideas in what this scripture means. You're not going to find that. That's why you have different religious beliefs. So I would add this to that. I don't believe that, because when they say in Ecclesiasticus, I think I put in there 37 or something, it tell a wife to be continuously with a godly man who follow his commandments. So just because a woman is married to you and you are not following God's commandments, you are not aligned with God, that woman does not have to follow your lead at that point because you are out of order. But people don't talk about that aspect of just because you are a husband and you married to a wife, that she's supposed to just follow your lead. If you're not in a line with God's word, she's not supposed to follow you. So you have to show me other ways. You have to show me hold on. You have to show me in the scripture. You have to show me in scripture where it's still a woman's still supposed to listen to
what,
an
Sean?
ungodly man.
Is that really marriage then? Or you talking about legal marriage?
I think you just be fishing for stuff. Like, you really need to understand. Nobody, look, even in all of these
That's what
conversations.
everybody says when they disagree. That's what everybody said when they disagree. When you was talking, everybody was quiet because they like what you said.
No, I don't disagree with you. What I'm saying is,
I think neither one of y'all disagree. I think you just trying to look for something to win, though. I don't get y'all both on the same thing.
Hang on. Sean's original argument that there was no roles defined in the Bible. That was a whole starting thing of this.
That's not what I said, motherfucker. I didn't say that directly.
Oh, Lord,
give context to what I said. Give context to what I said. No, because this nigga keeps saying the shit I didn't say. He adding truth with a little false shit, and that's not real.
I think this is part of the problem, though, because we started off talking about, real life problems, and then we just spent a bunch of time going over like the Bible where people are going to keep disagreeing. That was my whole point when he said that there was a direct correlation with when we took away, the further people get away from religion, the more he starts seeing our race go down from previous generations. I'm like, look, this proves it right here, right now. Ain't nobody y'all can't even agree on your own same Bible. I don't understand that. It's been around 4,000 or 5,000 years. What was we doing before?
No, we agree. We agree on the core. We agree on the core thing. It's just different part because at the end of the day, what's not up for interpretation is the commandments and all that other stuff. We can't just interpret that.
The commandments is clearly a part of our.
That's clear. Yeah, that's clear. Yeah, that's clear. Though.
United States Constitution and every state constitution on the land. You can go pull it up and read it. It's right. Yeah. But the thing that I was pointing out, Kevin. I'm sorry, Kevin. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you could go. I was just about to say. Forgive my boy Shy. I know he just very passionate about this, and I know he don't really mean it.
It's okay. I hear what Shy is coming.
Yes, I do.
I don't care what you saying, man. Because Shy, you better than that. Shy, I don't care about what you saying. You better than that.
I hear.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. Let me say this real quick. I know you're better than that, Shine. And you just heated right now at the moment because Antidote he didn't mean it in that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wasn't coming off in a harsh type way towards you. I guess that's just how he seen it though. So yeah, I'm about to say I'm pretty sure you apologize. That's what I'm saying. It's just a heated moment.
This is smoke for you too, Kev. This is smoke for you too.
I know.
This is smoke for you too because you said that I'm just trying to make a point. Once again, I have always said these type of things on our lives, so I'm not trying to make a point. I'm not jumping all over the place. What I said before, I still stand firm on this. I'm just reiterating this within this conversation about how people
who disagree with you though. That's what I'm saying.
No one is disagreeing.
Right.
My whole point is, I agree with what Max said. Right. This might be the only goddamn thing that might separate us the most. He might be on to something. At one point, I thought it was. At one point, I thought it was just religious beliefs, and it kept us all strong back then. But now I'm starting to see. Back then, they didn't really question a lot of things. Now black people are questioning things, and we're doing more research outside of the book,
Exactly.
and then we're more divided if anything. So this man might be onto something. He may
I
just
think
make
you
me
just
change my
thinking
damn
too
mind.
hard on it. That's all it is. I think it's very simple. We just thinking too hard on it just because it's not being said the way we want it to. That don't mean that we're thinking different ways. I think all of us on the same thing. You're just trying to make it, in which I agree, and I think everybody else have agreed up here that women do provide. Nobody said it didn't happen that way. We all interpret that the same exact way. So that's what I'm saying. Even though we might not be saying it the way that you might be saying, or we might not be saying the same way she doing it. We all still align with the same thing at the end of the day. I mean, I don't think it's that serious. Like next minute we're gonna be arguing about did Jesus really walk on water. At the end of the day, we still have
Right.
the same core values at the end of the day. We believe was right and wrong. That's nothing that's up
But
for
then you know
debate.
what too? You know what too, Kev? You know what too? Some people, and this is not anybody here on this panel, so don't take it personal, but if the shoe fit, well, you gotta wear it. My name is Kana Speaks the Real. Look, a lot of people don't study the Bible, okay? They really don't study, and if they do study or read it, they only read the Bible. They don't do cross-referencing. They don't look at the Greek and the Hebrew. They don't use other tools that you use that came from theology, right? To help you
That's a
to
fact.
learn how to interpret or read or understand text. You're talking about a text that was translated from another complex language, or maybe more simplified into a complex language, which is English. Really, nobody really likes the English language. So it was difficult to take this word and put it into an English language. But what I'm saying is, what I noticed, people are just arguing feelings and opinions. They're not arguing facts, because when you arguing facts, then that means you are dealing with the text itself and you're breaking it down so that you can come to a final destination or a final conclusion of what this thing really means. And some people just don't have that. All they really have is a mouth to talk, feelings, and this is what I thought. But they never read the Bible. They never pray. They never fast. They don't do all of the other intricate things that help you to come to a conclusion of the word. Never. So, and I understand that, but that is not the way you do that. Just like there's a proper way to bake a cake, just like there's a proper way to learn how to drive a car and ride a bike, just like there's a proper way to fly a helicopter and a plane and anything else in the world, there is something that you have in the world. There is still a way that you have to learn how to study this word. You can't just pick it up and just, oh, that's what it meant. No, you cannot do that. You need to be a student of the word, and there is a way that you go about it to understand that. And so what I think what we're doing here is we're trying to find certain ways to disqualify something that you don't even know in its entirety. That's just like watching a movie and coming in at the end talking about, oh, well, this is what this really meant, and this is what, and you breaking everything all up. Everybody breaking everything all up.
I don't understand, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, but Sean said here you're not supposed to study outside the Bible. Like, I don't understand what you mean by that. Like, what if
That's what the Bible. You're not supposed to go outside of that book.
So I'm gonna put it this way, because I think a lot of us, and that's one thing I kind of disagree with my TT on about that. I don't think it should be a complex. I think it should be simple with the Bible. I think we just go to all them deep stories and make it bigger
I'm
than
not
it.
saying it's complex. I'm not saying that the Bible is as simple as for a baby to understand. But what I'm saying is, it when you.
Yo, Kev, I'm gonna catch y'all later, bro. Love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
All right,
I'm not saying that the word. I'm not saying that the word itself is complex.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that it's easy to understand.
Yeah.
But there are certain aspects of studying the word that is a little bit complex. Yes, it is. That's why you having these arguments, because people don't understand. You've been taught in the Christian church the very wrong way. People don't even know that they're the Israelites. People don't even know that their history is that book, because we've been taught wrong. You have to understand, in slavery days, they used to have certain slave masters that would sit in the front of the porch to make sure that the house Negro who was preaching the word wouldn't teach you what the Bible really did say about you.
Yeah, it was called the Black Bible.
Yeah, so let me. No, I do. I just want to finish saying the rest of this though. What I mean about it is very simple. As you read the whole entire Bible, it's basically it's the same thing. I think we just be arguing the stories and stuff, but it's very simple. Like if you look at the whole entire Bible, basically it's just telling us to follow the commandments and love one another. That's the literally sums up the whole Bible. Like real talk. That's what I noticed as I studied the whole entire Bible. I don't see where we can go wrong at, just pushing that, right? The regular commandments, the regular things, or the moral values, right? The moral. That's what I'm getting to about that. And it's just that simple. We don't have to get no deeper. We don't have to be like, hey, this is that or whatever, because I think that that's what we arguing at, and that's why I say that's where the pride and all that other stuff comes. We don't have to know all this extra stuff. Just get your core thing of what we should believe in, and then move off that. And that's what makes it very simple. Because I think we just dig in it too. So because that's what I be asking. Like when people have to read multiple Bibles or multiple things, what are you really trying to look for? I never understood that. Because at the end of the day, I think the Bible give you enough things just to sum it up on what we really need to do in life. It tell you how to teach. It tell you how to move with parents and marriage and all that other stuff. And from that point, you got to do what's best with that situation. We making our own story right now. We ain't got to be exactly like the rest of the other story. You know what I'm saying?
But
it's just like,
I think the problem is was what my good sister said about the language, right? Because when you know that the Bible wasn't originally wrote in English,
it don't mean nothing.
But it does, because the way that you read it in English, it changes when you look up the.
Okay, what's the part that
word.
changed? Then I love when people keep using that.
No,
same
I'm saying certain verses and stuff like that. I'm not even like a
What's so hard? Okay, if you put it in another English, you put it in another language, dude. What do thou shall not steal? Put that in another language.
I agree with you. I agree with you about the core things. I agree.
Okay,
with you about that. Okay, yeah. But I'm saying that's where we get hung up, because every time I see these conversations like this, they always end like this, and nobody ever concedes that they was wrong about it.
I'll give you a perfect example. What does the word perfect mean to you in the English language, Kevin? Perfect.
Oh, I get you. What you about to get to about that though? Usually something, and I realize that it's different in there. I get you.
So, but you do know that there's a different meaning in the Hebrew and the Greek, right?
And so a virgin too, right? Ain't the word virgin mean something different?
That's right.
Exactly, Matt. Exactly.
Even the virgin didn't mean that she did not have sex. It meant that she was pure because she was obedient to the Lord. That didn't mean that she didn't lay down. That's the whole thing. There's different interpretations based on hermeneutics and the words of what those words was translated out of. So I understand where you're coming from, Kevin. You're not lying about that.
I agree. Even taking the word, the
no,
name
look. Before you go to that,
hang on. I've been quiet.
No, hold on. Ain't about to hang me on. No. I don't know what the heck is going on. But I was about to say that. What you said right there, TT, right? That's what I'm getting to. Like stuff like that. That's something we shouldn't like. That's something we should, because the thing is, people like take stuff like that. We was talking about the perfect thing, right? People were to take stuff like that to disregard the whole entire Bible, which I don't like. Just because people might not know the real definition of perfect or whatever the situation is, or to know what virgin is, right? They try to take the fact of what the commandments say. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just don't like. I think we argue the stupidest stuff when we try to miss the whole point of what the Bible
But you know
really
what,
is.
though, Kev? It's simple to you, sweetheart. You know why? Because you honor God and you understand him. He's not difficult for you to understand, and that's okay. Yeah. But you are having people who are different. Look, what if we didn't have the word to solve all these issues when we talk about submissiveness? What if we didn't have the word to tell us what the order was of the family? You see what I mean? You saying just go off of one thing, and I hear you what you're saying. But then we wouldn't have all these other things that God is trying to show us on how this thing really works for us to work in unison together, right? We do understand that love is the key, right? It's the love part. But then you got some, Kevin, who just you got blind sheep, you got blind, goats and stuff, people who are rebellious people who just don't understand certain things when it comes to certain aspects of life. And if we didn't have the word in its entirety, I don't think that we would have all of the vast knowledge that some of us have in the light and wisdom of the Most High. I think that when you ask for wisdom, God is just and faithful enough to give it to you. And I think that the word is perfect just the way it is. I don't care if
Yeah.
it was just the 10 commandments or if it was just revelations. We do know that there was something that was done. We needed salvation, we needed
Yes.
redemption, and at the end of the day, we need understanding and wisdom. So while I love the word though, because
Yeah.
the word, it really does help you to think. You when you say people didn't ask questions, that's not true. Nat Turner was a fierce believer in the Most High. He was so fierce, they cut that man up and ate his whole body, called the delectable Negro. Okay, that Israelite man was so smart and so elevated in the Most High. That man was so brilliant. They cut that man to pieces and ate his body. So what am I saying? I'm saying that the word is simple, like you said, simple enough for a child to understand. It is. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not, commit adultery. Thou shalt not commit bear false witness. Thou shalt not do this. Thou shalt not. That's childlike stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then there's the meat. There's the meat of certain things that is going to take care and answer the questions mentally and spiritually, so that when the enemy come, he can't come and confuse you about your faith. This is how people fall away, because they don't get every aspect of the word and of who Christ really is, because they was reading the word, but they didn't know the word. You see that? Just because you read the word, that don't mean you know Christ.
Yeah.
The Bible says that Christ is the word, right? So if Christ is the word, just because you read the word, that's why he says some of y'all that talk about Jesus, Jesus, Lord, Lord, you're not coming into the kingdom. Wait a minute, I was reading the word, yeah, but you didn't learn of me to have a relationship with me, to be revealed to me of who I am to you, right? So just because you read it don't mean you know.
Yeah. Antidote is next, and then you next give another. And then I gotta probably shut down in a minute though.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Well, I'm gonna get ready
So
to go. You shut down and go to bed.
Yeah. All right, TT. I
Bye.
appreciate you. I love you.
Bye, Miss Rachel.
Bye.
yeah,
Antidote.
what I'm saying, kind of in agreement with the lady that just left, was that if you are confused about what it says, in a time where you had slavers using these Bibles to confuse the African American population and trying to lead them into being not indentured, but slaves, you're going to fall into those pits. So it's important to actually know what's in the Bible, because you can easily be subverted from the truth. And I think the Bible is ultimately a journey. And just because you read it doesn't mean that you actually know it, because the words have changed and stuff like that. And I think there's a deeper meaning as you go throughout the Bible and understand more and more as you go through it. That's the reason we have Bible studies. We have peoples with masters in divinity.
Yeah. Wow. Peace of quietness.
That was great.
Interesting.
Oh, damn.
Ooh, just drop the mic. Okay.
Doo bop bitty doo bop
Bop it, boo, bop.
but Sean though, I had a you caught me off guard with that, saying that that
Kev agree with me. I
that
want you
you
to pay attention there. I like when Kev agree and divide the
what did
panel. I
he
like
what
that.
did he agree with you on?
On that, when they were talking about it's several, you could read outside the book. It's not just about the Bible. And I disagree. To me, I feel like those type of people are atheist people. You can't say that you believe in the Bible and then you want to say you could go outside the Bible. Like, no, you're supposed to stay inside the Bible. So
I
Kev was
wouldn't.
agreeing with me on that.
I
He was
wouldn't
like,
say
nah, that's
that,
what he
man.
disagreed.
That is not what he was
Atheist.
saying.
What?
No, I agree with that.
What you
Though.
said?
I don't think you should. You have to look outside the. That's why I say I never got people that always gotta go. Hey, there's missing parts in the Bible. I think the Bible is good enough. You know what I'm saying? I see enough things it need to say, and I get the core thing. But I was about to say, man, you ain't gotta call no atheist. It's people that just searching. I don't know what they searching for, but it's just people that's just searching. They just not satisfied, or they just haven't grasped what the Bible the whole point of the Bible is. That's what it is. That's why they got to look at multiple books and stuff. You know, it's just everybody out here searching.
And
That's all it is.
the the
Whatever.
the, the reason, okay, this what I was saying. I thought somebody was on the panel. I thought I heard another voice. My only thing is, and I'll be passionate when it comes to this Bible. I ain't gonna, that should be getting the best of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I guess I'm starting to realize, and I didn't want to believe it at first, that uh everyone, as much as I want to believe all of us is on one accord with the scriptures, no matter how much I read and research, I damn near find it insulting, right? That when you run across someone else and tell you that you're not reading it right and you're saying something wrong, when you done studied your ass off to make sure you understand it, and then someone to come and tell you that you're not getting to read the right interpretation, that shit damn near make you feel like either this shit is fake or everyone is just not going to grasp the same concept.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's
at the
the
point
truth.
now where
That's true.
I'm okay with no one grabbing the same concept.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going. It's never going to be that way. That's with anything. You're never going to all have the same because everybody have a
That's
different
sad to
brain.
me, man. That's sad to me.
Yeah, that's cool though, but it just comes with humbleness though. Like you're gonna realize that some people just look at things differently though, you know. But like I said, now what the sad part will be if we sit here up to debates about what the commandments is. Now that's an issue. Well, thou shalt not steal or something. Well, you got steal at this moment or something. Now that's when the issue come in. That you know when we want to core things that shouldn't be that shouldn't be up for interpretation. That's an issue. But the little stuff of like, hey, you know, pluck your eye out and stuff, and then just because people choose not to pluck their eye out, you know what I'm saying, and they just want to bring it to interpretation, that means just close your eyes or look away. You know, I think people should be allowed to do that. They should. They better not be out here plucking their eyes.
Hey, I
I'm not about
snapped
to
on
be
old
that
boy.
serious or chop my hand off if
I snapped on old boy, and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have snapped on him.
Yeah.
But I really, and when you say I'm better than that, nah. One thing I learned in therapy, when you having moments, accept the moment that you're in. You know, at that moment, I wasn't better than that. Yeah, I wanted to be exactly where I wanted to be, right there in the midst of some goddamn setting off. You know what I'm saying?
You got
But
me. You manipulated
I don't
me.
like
Like
when
you
people quote.
manipulated me the way you put it, though. You manipulator. I see.
Hold on, how the hell I manipulate you?
The way you put it, I couldn't even argue it though. I was like, you motherfucker.
Hold on. I don't like when people quote you and they tell something true about what you said, then they add something that you didn't even say at all. To where then somebody be like, well, you did say that, but they missed the sneaky part that somebody added on that makes a big difference about your point. Now, I wasn't saying that there was no roles at all. I was just saying it didn't specify directly what other roles are, like how we move in society. But when he said you said there weren't no roles, I didn't say that all the way. Give context to what I said. Don't just throw out a blanket statement like I said something and don't give people the context, because to me that's a form of lying. Withholding the truth is a form of lying to me.
It irritates. It is irritating though. I get you though, and like I said, I think sometimes some people
Like your video, everybody did. Like your video. Remember that video that went viral that was on your ass?
Oh my gosh.
People was taking stuff that you wasn't even saying.
Yeah, right. I feel you on that. It is irritating though, but I think his was kind of unintentional. So that's why I said I couldn't see him. You know, I don't know. Some people tend to do that even in debates and stuff. They just go far left and sure. I think you done did that to me a few times. Not in that way, but it's like you might have thrown it in there just to get your point across or whatever. You might have made it go extreme to get the point. I think all of us did that at some point. I'm not innocent of doing that though. So yeah.
But Sean, when
and I wanted to ask you on that video. Oh, go ahead, Rachel. Go ahead.
No. I'm just trying to gain a little understanding because you said your therapist said in the moment, accept the moment.
Yeah, like when people are like, okay, let's say like today, what had just happened today with me and Obo on the panel. Like what you tell yourself about that moment plays a major part in how you recover from that moment. So when Kev say I'm better than that, no, I wasn't better than that. Like I was in that moment, and what I mean by that is, when you tell, like, let's say me and my wife, like, let's say you feel like I failed the relationship. No, I didn't fail the relationship. Me and her just didn't work. So it depends on it's what you tell yourself in those moments. So when I was talking to him and how he in a sense triggered me, I was aware that this man triggered me, and I still acted on that. And I'm going to sit there and be like, okay, I can learn from that. But at that moment, I felt what I felt, and I wanted to react on that, and I wanted him to know that. So it's all about being present with the moment, and don't try to downplay the moment that you had. because you'll
Oh,
never recover from that, and you can't be accountable for it.
Yeah.
but wait, but after recognizing the moment, like, and you continue, like, can you create? Can you
He talking
create
about
a
that.
new moment?
No, he talking about that whole
Yeah,
entire session
yeah,
though. That's why he kind of saying
yes.
that
There you go,
that
Kev.
was a moment that he chose to just I guess invest or get that energy
Oh,
at
I
that
thought
time.
he recognized it
No, not that fast.
then.
Nah, hell nah.
He was heated, so he he
Wait,
Hey,
you
but
didn't? Oh,
I did gift him at the end of the live because that's when I finally came to terms. Like, okay, man, I was really out of my character. Like, I really, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have done that. It was
mm,
me at the moment, but I shouldn't have done that. So I kind of like gifted him after that, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt bad, you know what I'm saying? But that's what it was. Right now, I could look at it and be like, damn, I was kind of like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have reacted the way I
that man
did.
of God in
But
him. That's what it is.
wait. So there was no point. There was no point in that moment that said like, Sean, stop. Sean, stop.
uh, hell no, I ain't gonna lie to
I was
you.
about to
That's
say,
wild.
if you asked me that
Because he
question from
done it
earlier when
several
I
times.
defended you, when I called that one nigga, I said some. I
Yeah,
forgot what I
he
called
was. I was like,
him.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that man,
Hold on, what
he
happened? Hey, what
bad.
I missed? Hold on, what you said, Kev? What I missed?
He
Nah, it was
said,
on fan base.
nigga. Like,
I think I called him the F word too. I think I called him both of it though, because he made me so mad. That dude African, I do not like him. And then he be trying to act tough. But yeah, that moment I can see. That's why I say I had to not be a hypocrite. I'm like, yeah, and I understand what you meant though when you said that though. So, but I did feel bad afterwards, you know. But you know, when you in the heat of the moment, that's why it's not so good to get so angry and stuff, because you will make decisions, some crazy decisions and stuff. Just like at that moment when I threw a controller and broke it when I got mad at the game. That's how I felt at that moment. But then later I just feel stupid that I did it.
Hey, you regret it once you had to spend your money and go buy another one, huh?
Man, I don't know. I got issues though. I done broke a lot of controllers. I supposed to learn off the first one. But now look, I bought 4 controllers and I don't know. Did I throw a
okay,
controller?
I don't know. One thing I learned is that, well, when you frame things as like, that's who I am, that's what I do, it's very difficult to change it.
Yeah, I think he said at that moment though. That's why
I agree with that.
No, that's,
No,
yeah.
no. She's right. I agree with that, right? When Kev said that I'm better than that, right? At that moment, uh, it's like you sunk to someone else like place, right? Like, and it wasn't his first time. Most people think that was the first time because that was my first time reacting, and they put that together as if I just reacted out of nowhere. Every time he came out mute, when I said something, he always misquoted me, and it was like the worst thing ever. Like when Kev say something, I really don't give Kev no pushback because he be saying shit I said verbatim for the most part. But when you say something I said and then add your own thing into it, and I see you do it time after time when you come off mute, now I'm going to start to think it's something personal with me. Because why you feel the need to add to something that I'm saying when all you got to do is just repeat what the hell I said?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, at that moment, that was me. I'm not going to sit here and say that's being accountable. And a lot of people do
you
that.
can't blame
Well,
it on
that
the
wasn't
devil.
me. No. Yeah. At that moment, Rachel, that was me. That was me. I'm not gonna if for me to say it wasn't me, that's like me not being accountable. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people tend to do that, and I understand why they do it. But in that moment, I wanted to be as low as possible in that moment. Now I can sit back and reflect. I shouldn't have done that. But I'm not gonna say that's not me because I can be that shitty person when you piss me off. So I'm definitely not gonna say it's not me. I have a good side to me, I have a bad side to me. You need to focus on why your man breaking all them goddamn
Well,
controllers.
I was directing it to my boo because he be
Oh,
he's like, I don't know why I do that, but I don't know. Every time I hear it, it's like it's something that kind of has defined, something that he does. It's like, yeah, I be doing that. That's what I be doing.
hey, with that
What's that?
Kev, well, both y'all experienced this when he had that viral video. Like, I now got to know your mental on that, right? Like when I seen the video, I know what you said, and I also heard what people were saying that you didn't say, and it was irritating the shit out of
Mm-hmm.
me. And I was like, damn, are these people saying stuff because they want to paint this black man in a certain light, or they just misinterpret it wrong, and then by them not reading it the right way, interpreting something totally wrong could lead to another man, like, you know what I'm saying, having downfalls. And like, you know what I'm saying, like, I damn near thought you was going to end up losing your job or something, because this shit was blowing up. Like, people was looking at you like you damn. Then started talking about some of your friends, or some PD, whatever they call the
Oh, our
name of it,
followers.
on the offender list. Yes. And I'm like, hold on. So y'all went so far to look at this man friends list and look up the people name. I'm like, okay, are they lying? Or are they
This
trying to
girl
tear
found
this
my
man
name
down? And I'm
too.
like, well, damn. People.
He like, I found him. His name is Kevin Bennett from
So
Detroit.
my point was, how did you sit back? How did you sit back and just watch people make video after video after video
I ain't
saying
watch
something
him.
that you did not say
I did not watch him.
verbatim?
I skipped
They could
so many of
assume
them.
that you implied something, but oh, you did? Oh, okay.
I skipped a lot of. I seen some of them, but it's just like I was like, and that's why I stopped reading the comments. That's why I wasn't responding to none of them either. A lot of them, I just responded to the ones that was like that understood me. Shoot, some of the videos I almost end up skipping because I thought they was talking against me, but I got lucky and found the ones, and I reposted the ones that actually was like kind of taking up for me and explaining different stuff or whatever though. But yeah, I would say, like, especially when stuff like that happen, you really have to get built because you can get chased off the app with that. I done seen some people that I used to rock with that end up getting somewhere and they literally deactivated their whole page type stuff. But I stand on what I stand on. I believe in God. I believe I know he got my back regardless of the situation. So I was like, no, I ain't about to back down. And whatever happened, come behind that, I knew this was gonna happen regardless. Anyways, when you put yourself out there, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to go down for that situation. It is what it is.
And
He was about to make more videos.
I was though. She calmed me down a little bit on that one.
yeah, nah.
For every last big creator that did it, because I was thinking about the
And
flower.
people who don't, anybody who don't be in this circle, like be on your panel, like anytime someone had ever seen me go off, like even with I think like people on the outside, like I seen people in the chat was like, oh, he have no discipline, he such and such, right?
I seen
But
that.
those people running around when Vio, someone I'm cool with now, this man talked bad about me as having, like, you know what I'm saying, being a stepfather, right? And I sat there and let it, and I was cool about it. I didn't go off the handle. So I think people forget also that people are humans. No matter how much work and unpacking and trauma that you get rid of. I made a video the other day, and it was for moments like this when I said, no matter how much unpacking I do, no matter how much therapy I get, it's something about your ass I just don't like. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much therapy I do, it's something about you that I don't like. And same way with people is, at moments you're gonna have your breaking points. And I don't have my breaking points too often, but
Right.
Rachel, when I have my breaking point, I enjoy it because I know I'm not gonna have that too often. So I enjoy my breaking point because I get to go off and just get some frustration off my chest that I've been having built up.
I put it a different way. Well, I guess depending on how you view it though. I be disappointed when I do it. I ain't gonna lie, I feel bad. So the opposite way. It's because I do.
I agree with that. You're right.
Eventually, it's weird. I think I get what you mean a little bit. I think I do because it's like at that moment you like, yeah, motherfucker, I told you I got this in me. But then at the same time you like, dang, I want to be better. I know I do something. That ain't cool.
Yeah, like this what you wanted. This is what you wanted the whole time. You gonna get it.
But yeah, but overall, yeah, I feel you on that too. Cause like majority of the time, I would sit here and take beatings. You know what I'm saying? People be wondering like, why you ain't saying that or whatever. And then people, but then it be the times where sometimes I might, whatever. I think I still haven't got to the point now. Recently, I would say recently I did, but I called this one dude. I don't think it got hurt. Hopefully it didn't, because I think it got covered up a little bit though. But that today, yeah, I did. I got mad because I didn't like. Yeah, I guess it's so different when somebody talking to your girl. Because I was about to snap on that Tara. I wanted to, but I had to drop down. I just said, let me drop. I said, let me drop.
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah, cause she just gonna call her.
When somebody was talking today?
No, that was a minute ago when I told you when me and Rachel went over at Mia's live, and that little. Oh, I was about to say the word again. And then when she just gonna call her a B just because, and then no reason, like, you know, mom, you know, she got the lightest voice, trying to be reasonable and all that stuff, and then she just going, I didn't lie. To this day, I'm still got me burning up like this.
To this day,
I just want to get it out, man.
Hold on, she
I
called
want
her.
to
She
say it
called.
so bad. I just need. I ain't gonna be satisfied till I say the word.
you
But
better go climb up on that tree, baby.
oh my gosh, you're right, Bubby.
Hey, but Kev, hold on. Now, I want to, okay, to take you back to that moment, right? Now, when you, as a man, right, you sitting there on a panel hearing other people disrespect your woman. Now, I'm pretty sure that the rage you felt at that moment, you don't feel that rage too goddamn often, right?
No, I don't even feel that with myself.
Okay, and hold on. So, how did you like contain yourself without calling those women any names while you was on that panel? What you
Drop.
had to do?
I had to drop. I dropped, man, because I know that's what they want out of me. That's all it is, and that's what make me feel disappointed, because I know these people be looking for this stuff, and then I give them what they want. That's what be irritating, because I love unaliving people with kindness. You know what I'm saying? That feel way better. I ain't gonna lie. When you know they want you to be so mad and they foaming out the mouth and stuff, and you just still acting all cool and stuff. That's a satisfying feeling
I'm
too.
telling you, yes, that's what I do. It hurts
Hey, am I
far more.
wrong?
It's
Am
just
I
like
wrong?
it's just like when you're like, why are you yelling? Ooh,
I just got mad and you did not wasn't even me. Like, no, if you don't get your condescending stuff over
Hey, hey, am I wrong? Am I wrong for this? Am I wrong for this? For some reason, for the most part, Kel be level headed, right? But just like
Yeah, he
today,
is.
when Kel be like, when they were talking about the Bible and you got to go outside the Bible, Kel was like, nah, hold on, wait, hold on. Now this is why I agree with Sean on that. He started going off. I love when I see normal people react out of their character at the moment, because I feel like people do take advantage of that. You know, he'll be all soft tone with the, hey, he be trying to talk on his own panel, then people be speaking over him, and then when he act crazy, they'll shut the hell up. But when he acting calm, they'll talk all over him. So I be looking forward to him be like, hey, motherfuckers, goddamn, shut up, let me talk.
No, that's why you be laughing every time. He be getting as soon as I drop somebody, he start laughing. He laugh every time. I be like, I don't be
Yeah.
want to do that.
I love when he's slick, when he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. And then boom, that person dropped.
Hey, who was that woman you battled with earlier, Kev? Was that today or yesterday?
What's that?
It was a woman, an alien woman. Yeah, the alien woman.
Alien?
Oh yeah, that
Her
girl
name was
ASMR.
ASMR. Yeah,
Oh
ASMR.
God, I can't stand disgustingly. Like you
I
don't
enjoyed
know
that.
you have a disgusting behavior, and you want respect.
Oh my
I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed that conversation. I was
You were
laughing my
watching it.
ass off. Yeah, yeah. When Kel was
Yeah.
like, Kel stopped her. Kel asked her a question, and then when she started talking, she said something. Kel didn't like. Kel cut her off. Then she like, you don't want to hear it anyway. He said, you know what? You're right. I don't.
And then he tried. He tried it.
I
I feel
still didn't
like
snap
he
though on her.
tried. Yeah, he was like, you know what? All right, let me.
Yeah, I had to. All
You
right, I was
did
like,
good. You did good, baby. Because that I wanted to call her a babe.
right. You see, you feel me, though. It be like that, especially when we go against our loved ones, man. I swear, man. I swear that's the whole nother side too. So I swear, but hey, so as we learning, we gonna get stronger. We gonna get stronger. It just burn. It burn. That's something new to me, especially somebody I care a lot about. I ain't trying to make it like a session like that, but I'm just saying, like, man, I guess it's
It's okay, baby. Tell him you care about me. I care about you too, baby.
just gonna drop.
Not the matchmaker leaving. Ain't he the one that
Right,
said he put us together?
right. That's a fact. He said that.
Oh dang. Saska came up. We was about to leave, sir.
What you got for me, Sasuke? I gotta get you a couple words since you've been up here.
No, it's all good. I was just paying attention and listening to the conversation.
Why is that game time?
Right, what the heck? I'm about to say, I know his voice. I'm about to say his voice sound for me. I I just paid it. I'm like, what the hell?
Yo, you
No, I gotta follow you over there hiding in another whole thing.
hilarious.
I'm like, I know that voice. I'm like,
I
I just
know
couldn't
that voice. What's
That's
up,
funny.
Game Time?
You ain't supposed to catch me
Yeah.
over here.
Wah,
Nah,
wah.
it was in my inbox. I was like, hold the fuck on. Let me click this shit real quick.
Yeah, you caught it right near the end though.
Wait,
But
in your inbox, did I share the live?
You-
Somebody shared the live?
I don't know. You know, like TikTok has the people who are live, whoever you following.
Oh, all right.
oh, that's what it was. Okay. Kelsey, what's up, Kelsey? Happy Sundays.
Yeah.
Why you called me off guard? I'm like, dog, that my brain just couldn't compute who. I'm like, I know who this is, but my brain won't tell me what it is.
No, Game Time has a certain way that he starts, like,
Yeah.
like,
Uh,
oh, I know that Game Time.
all right. Yeah,
Hey,
we might be back on fan base tomorrow though. I just do my weekends and you know, maybe do through what Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, we've been up here since what 2, 3? What time did we
Yeah,
start? We started early
Damn,
today.
we did
it's a long time.
three different sessions too. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
This the one I'm gonna record. I ain't saving the other ones. This one was actually decent, good one.
Right. You missed it, Game Time. Do you be coming on these lives, Game Time? Like on TikTok?
Nah, I just recently came back to TikTok, maybe about a week ago.
Mm. Oh yeah, you gonna like it over here when we get back on.
I
Yeah.
don't think I'm allowed, man. I don't. They got too many. They got too many rules over here, and I don't think I'm good on panels.
You don't even be saying too much anyway.
Why you don't even say that much on here?
You
I do be
observe and then
speaking.
you do. No, it's good because you observe the conversation and then you're not biased. I don't think you're biased. And then when you do speak, most of the time you drop real gems.
And why they be so mad at me then?
Because you don't conform to the idea of a typical black person.
Whoa. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
I ain't about to get this video.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
I don't know. It's a good video. I don't feel like cutting that part out.
No, but wait, he makes original songs, I believe. I don't know.
That's his song?
Game Time, don't you make music?
You gotta unmute too. I had to because I was scared of the copyright thing. Cause I got.
Oh, he's muted?
Oh, yeah. That's one of my songs. I was making a clip, but it started playing by itself.
Oh, okay.
I ain't know who would catch that. My bad.
No, you good. I was just, that's what YouTube do. It'd be trying to give you copyright things when I be trying to. Cause I was like, I know I'm about to post this whole thing. It was good.
Oh no, you shouldn't get copyright from that. It's not a. It's one of
It's
my
yours,
songs.
yeah. I didn't know that was one of yours. So I got you there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You famous out here. They be like, hey, Sasuke.
Right. Okay, 5,000
Nah,
followers. It's more than
no,
me.
I got a long way to go.
Oh, are you trying to build up now?
Yeah, build up season now. I didn't finish up all the hard work. Now I can kind of have fun.
Oh, he got 5,000. What the heck? He been on this thing.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I was going strong. I ain't gonna lie. I was going strong when I actually cared.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta care.
Yeah, you gotta go in a whole bunch of live hosts.
Yeah,
It's a whole job.
Yeah, I'm good. I tried that and I just couldn't do it. I kept getting kicked out or muted or
Oh, for real?
yeah.
Well, you always got a space in here.
That's cool.
Yeah, Kev be asking some good questions. Oh, see, you would have liked, man. You would have been great for these panels.
I know. I see the titles. I'm like, yeah, I'd have fun over here.
Mm-hmm. That's how I be over here, man.
Mm-hmm. We were like, no victim mentality up in here.
They let you rock with that over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we saying that's wrong?
I just feel like I don't know. I just
Victim
feel
blaming.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know, man. I don't. Maybe I just be on the wrong side of TikTok or something because
Oh yeah,
they
no,
say
there's some. I've seen some wild TikTok lives.
It is for sure. We just
Like
into some wild fan base. I guess it's everywhere. Sure.
nah, they were just on fan base complaining about how the app is dead because the gatekeepers killed it or something like that.
what?
Yeah, I saw Zoe was in there, but when I got there, he was already gone, so I just left.
The gatekeepers.
Yeah, they was complaining. They was complaining about people with badges and how they killed the app, and they was like taking control over a situation, which I don't understand what that means because it's a free app. But
Man, people are on there complaining about nothing. They just never satisfied.
Once a complainer, always a complainer.
oh no, it is a black-owned app, so
Oh, that's not what kicking me.
Oh my gosh.
You would have got toe up, boy.
That's why he be
Right.
getting muted.
Showing his colors. It's going back to home. So this
For
what you is.
real. Yeah, I started rolling through the fan base streets, the hallways, and going into
started
different
rolling in the
rooms.
quarters. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Yeah. I didn't realize how my room is like one of the least toxic rooms for real. Like people be saying that all the time, and I'm like, oh, there must be a lot of others. Yo, it's bad.
that's because you be on mic controls. Someone gets out of line just a little bit. You like a mom. Like hey now.
Hey,
Hey, that's my
that's my life. Hey. You know that.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't do. Yeah, I remember they started going back. I was like, nah, I don't do that.
Yeah, because it kind of killed the flow of the topic, and then they go on a whole rant for like 25 minutes about nothing.
You do gotta say unalive over here.
Oh,
Yo, he sounded like he was ready to get out the live because he got to say unalive. He was like, all right, I'm done.
It's so crazy, man. I don't understand.
It's hard, I know. I swear I had to. I'm like, dog, I done got so used. Like, what is Shauna just dropped? He was going crazy. I was like, no, we not at fan base no more. He about to get himself bananas.
I don't know. Okay.
You'll get used to it. You get used
No, I
to
won't.
it.
No, I won't.
But you don't
I'm just
even be
better off.
saying that much, like bad
But
stuff.
because I try to watch it, so that's why I pause a lot because
Yeah.
I'm about to. So I'm trying not to say
Talk
something.
like you on hooked on finance over here sometimes. That's
You know what I'm saying? It's wild to me. You know, it's mad difficult, man. So I just work on some projects or something and listen.
I believe in you. Don't flop this.
Don't flop it. 7 lives.
Maybe okay.
Right. Nah, but yeah, your view on this topic is needed. We don't need the echo chamber. Yo, but babe, what they did to that guy, your friend, I wanted to say something, but I was still fixing that fence. But how they treated him because he was mixed.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like it just sounded like they was like, you're not black enough.
Yeah, that junk annoyed me. He lucky he won me back over by saying accountability, and I was back on his friend again. But I was like, yeah, I don't like when people do that to people. I want everybody to have a voice though. So we gotta. I'm like, man.
I've been black.
He answered
I've
this.
been dark.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've been dark skinned my whole life, and I'm still not black enough. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's true. But the thing is, like, they'll be like, okay, yeah, you need to be real pro black, like to the people that's mixed, right, or lighter skin. But as soon as they do, they be like, oh, light skinned people, they always overdoing it because they want to be black. You know, they want to prove their blackness. It's like you can't win.
Can't win. There's people that just like
I think
that.
their life was just bad.
You
That's
think?
what it is. They got a bad life. They just treat
Yeah, because
everybody.
my life is pretty good. Like it's getting better. I mean, but
Mhm.
I'm not like thinking about this stuff all the time. Like I'm not. I don't have a lot to say. I'll listen and stuff, but they be so like, why are you so angry? Like, jeez, man.
That's true. Yeah, maybe that comparison complex, right? Like watching other people be successful, and you're like, man, the system is holding me back.
Yeah, the system. Yeah, it's all the system's fault. Yeah. I mean, I bet. I got an auntie like that.
Oh, you got an auntie like that.
Yep. She's still on Section 8 too. On the system. Mad at the system.
That's why you don't like that.
I don't understand, like, how are you mad at the system and you on the system?
What the heck? Whose background is this?
That's me? Y'all can hear that?
Yes.
That's the anime. My bad. That was the iPad.
Oh. If you can hear it, we can hear it.
Well, I couldn't hear it because my headphones are supposed to be noise cancellation, so I didn't know you could hear other stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That just means fan base is ass then. Huh.
Oh. Yeah. Well, you came. Hey, try to come earlier though. Whatchamacallit? We'll be on what? Friday, Saturday. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we will be on Fanbase, of course. But
yeah, you don't make a room. If y'all make a room on Fanbase, I'm not really.
Soon we gonna have everything put together soon.
hey, game time. You should tell me a topic though. Like, send some topic suggestions.
Okay.
I know you got some good topics. I just
tomorrow.
know you do. You just don't like to host rooms that much. But I know
Cause
you.
because I don't know how I'm not stable enough to like stay in there.
Right.
But yeah, I got some good topics. Like, did you know that it's rumored that Japan is having a problem with dating?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Oh, I knew that. I study other cultures. I study how they raise up their children. Yeah, their relationship. Yeah.
Sound like a gold mine over there right now.
Oh, is that why you said that?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's why I saw some of your AI stuff. Some of your
Yo, they was mad.
stuff.
They was so mad at me, yo.
Why? Because it's a white woman?
Yo, they was so mad. Why her? I'm like, what? I'm like, they was so mad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was wondering, since your woman is BLK.
I mean, I thought it's all love out here.
That just like, I don't know. It'd be like, oh, okay, wait. Is this where you really want to be? Where I want to be.
It's because she was pretty.
That's what old dude was going on with yesterday.
What? Who?
That dude was talking about he wasn't taking that nuance or nuisance. That little young cat.
Oh,
I was straight up thinking about Donnell Jones song when he hit.
And there was this young man who came up talking about he's dating this girl for 2.5 months and he's losing attraction for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's introverted, so she doesn't really talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was confused. He said she does talk, but she don't talk.
And I read through that. It was basically just saying
Right.
he not
He's
getting
saying
what
she
he
boring.
want. That's all it is.
I
Sure, they
know.
talking. He's just not opening her up to open her up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Ah,
he ain't slick with it. I'm
Is
like,
she
exactly.
so he gonna hurt that girl feelings, man.
is she big or something?
No,
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. He said she's cute. I mean, he was attracted to her when he first talked to her, but she's more like she's not like these other young ladies that are like free spirited, I guess you would say.
Free spirited.
Best way I can put
freak spirited.
Oh, man.
it.
You
Yeah,
better go
no.
on.
He
He,
sounded like
he
he
might want to
having a
chill
hard
out.
time opening her up.
Oh,
He better chill out and just relax and be grateful that she's like that.
Mm,
all right, yo, I'm about to call it, y'all.
yeah. All right, game time.
Very good live, though. I like it.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, good night,
All right.
baby. I'll
All
talk to you
right, all
later.
right, game time. See you in a minute. Talk to you later, babe.
Love you, boo.
Love you too.